Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Dungeon a Day charity livestream, hosted by Salford University's own Tabletop Society in aid of Game to Grow. My name is Sam Kirk and I'm the chairperson of the society, your Tuesday DM, and the composer of most of the music and some sound effects you shall hear during this stream. Friday is the only exception. Before the event begins, we must first personally thank the people that made this event possible. I will start with the Society's committee, who have put so much effort into creating this stream. Most notably, thank you to Beth, our secretary. She has single-handedly contacted every person involved, sorted the players to the DMs, and kept us all in constant contact with each other. Without her, we would be in shambles. Thank you, Beth. Second, we have our very own self-appointed promotional manager, John, your Wednesday DM. He has contacted over 25 different social media profiles and increased the reach of this live stream immensely. Over half of our current donations come from promoters John personally reached out to. Thank you, John. For the stream itself, we have two people to thank. Firstly, our own in-house professional streamer SugarCrit, who helped redesign the whole stream layout and taught us all how to run the stream in less than 3 weeks. Plus, she made the new posters and overlay. She is an amazing person, and we couldn't have done it without her. Secondly, we have to thank Dennis, who has volunteered to host every one of our games and put aside his time to run the stream, and you'll get to see him play on Tuesday. Thank you, Dennis. And I'm sorry you're going to have to sit through this video so many times. A big thank you to our DMs running this stream, who have each created unique and fantastical stories that they and their players are going to guide you through over this week. And to Charlie especially, our first and finale DM, who helped tie every story together and create the arc you're about to watch. And also to the players who have put aside their time to join us and make these games so wonderful. Thank you to you. And a final thank you to those behind the screen, to you. Organisation dedicated to the use of games of all kinds for therapeutic, educational and community growth. Their therapeutic social skills group help youth and adults alike become more confident, creative and socially capable through customised, collaborative gaming experiences. So ends our many thanks. They are all well deserved. We hope you enjoy our first ever charity live stream, Dungeon a Day. Do I stop?
Hello. Hello, everybody. I think we're live. Here we go. Hi, Dungeon a Day stream. For the next 6 nights, we'll be streaming a series of one-shots to raise money for a charity called Game to Grow. Game to Grow is a non-profit organization that focuses on the use of games for therapeutic, educational, and societal growth. Donation links we put in the chat periodically. Additionally, for those who are donating, there's 2 prize giveaways, the winners of which will be drawn at the end of our Saturday game. The first prize of the giveaway is a £50 Hero Forge voucher donated by Hero Forge, and the second is a PDF copy of the complete guide to Nautical Campaigns and a PDF copy of the complete guide to Epic Campaigns, the total of which equals roughly $30. Both of these were donated graciously by How to Be a Great DM. For more information, such as the respective links to How to Be a Great DM and Hero Forge and how to enter the giveaway, please follow the donation link in the chat. I'd like to start by letting the players introduce themselves. We'll be starting with... We'll be starting with Beth.
Hi, I'm Beth. I play Tim, who is a Swarmkeeper Ranger gnome based on the Pied Piper.
Next up is Luke.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm playing Akron. He's a warlock who has devoted many a day to worshipping our Lord and Saviour, Cthulhu.
Then we have Claudia.
Hi, I play Karen, a tiefling monk who helps people by punching them.
And rounding out the party, we have Harry.
Hi, I'm Harry, and I am playing Vrya, a Goliath Eldritch Knight fighter whose magic is based around the Mountain of Storms and Storm, her owl familiar.
Wonderful. Now, for those who haven't seen the introductions before, tonight we'll be playing A Wizard's Quest. The party have been hired by the old wizard who lives outside the town of Ludum to collect 3 items for him for a ritual he will be performing. The 3 items are an angel's feather, a focusing crystal, and ritual level arcane ink. Without further ado, we'll start tonight's game of D&D. Adventurers, many of you have been to the Wizard's Tower before. With a man living here for so long and being so recluse, it's become sort of a ritual of habit to visit his tower and wonder who he is and why he's here. And one thing you've noticed is the tower, as is appropriate for an old recluse, has always been crumbling and mouldy. Ivory tower has been cracked and the stone itself has begun to decay. Moss usually grows on the side of the tower, but today you stand in front of the same tower that you visited for many years. The stonework is clean, fresh, like new. And as you begin to ponder first of all, why a wizard would take the time out of his day to rebuild an entire tower overnight, and what arcane powers it would take to do this without anyone in the town noticing, the small brown wooden door at the base of the tower creaks open. And there, standing there, in long blue flowing robes, is an incredibly old elf who you can only assume to be the wizard. The first thing that catches your attention is the deep, deep wrinkles within his forehead, around his eyes, and in the corners of his mouth. Almost as if the man has spent a century frowning. To wonder how old he could be. You know, there's stories of elves who've lived to 800 of aging this body shows for an elf, which is rare.
Well, Charlie's internet is currently experiencing some minor difficulties.
We apologise for this inconvenience on behalf of the
It's a
Salford
comeback.
University Tabletop Society.
As always, perfect timing for this.
Night, everyone. Always have technical hitches. One quick edit. The donation was by How to Be a Great GM, not How to Be a Great DM. Apologies for the incorrect donator earlier.
This game could quickly turn into, instead of finding the free components for the wizard, into finding the free components to fix Charlie's internet.
Hello again. I have changed some internet settings. Hopefully it should stay stable this time. Deepest apologies. I'll begin describing the wizard again for the third time. Apologies to players who've been hearing this. The wizard, you begin to speculate, could roughly be anywhere between 850 to 900 years old. Those are the tales you've heard at the deepest age a wizard can reach. And as you begin to ponder, as you begin to speculate, you get lost in thought. The deep baritone voice of the wizard blurts out, "Are you the adventurers I've hired?"
I mean, this is where we've been told to go. I'm
Are
studying
you the
for
one who
interview right
hired
now.
us?
That would appear to be us, yes.
Excellent, excellent. Follow me. And he begins to walk up a spiral staircase behind him. Do you all follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Go on.
As you begin to follow, the first thing you notice is, akin to most wizard towers, the space within inside the tower isn't at all matching to the outside. On the outside, the tower seems rather humble, small, and as if it could contain maybe 3 to 4 rooms. You look up towards the ceiling and see only darkness. This tower stretches on for farther than you can see. You begin to walk up the spiral staircase, and adorning the walls, you see a vast array of collected items. You see goblets, you see paintings, you see books, all of which are pristine as if they'd been remade, but you see dates under them, some dating 200 years ago, another 400, then 5. The latest one you see is roughly 700 years old. And as you begin to walk, abruptly the wizard stops in the stairs, and you all have to kind of hold yourself to not fall back down. He turns towards an empty space in the brickwork, lays his hand upon it, and wooden struts begin to grow from the ground itself. Small pieces of stone then form an arch around the wooden struts, and another door creaks open. All of this looking pristine as new, as if it had been created the same day. He walks in and beckons for you to follow. The room you see next isn't new, doesn't look as redone or saved as the last, and I'll open a reference image for you. Dark grey cracked tiles line the floor, a pulsing red arcane ritual circle, the power of which you can feel just boof, boof, begins to pulse. Across one desk, 4 to 5 books are laying wide open. Across another, there seems to be these vast, long strips of spell scrolls depicting arcane runes and sigils that you can't even comprehend. I would like everyone to make a perception check for me.
Our first test of roll 20.
First roll of the night, guys. A 13 from Khan, a 10 from Briar, an 11 from Tim, and Akron, that is 13 as well. Okay, so the room seems normal for now. You walk in, and the wizard begins to fiddle with some spell scrolls. He beckons for you to follow. Right, I assume you've been informed, but to inform you again, I will tell you what I need. I need a true angel's feather. This means it cannot be from an ASMR or someone of celestial blood, but someone who is truly a celestial. Examples include Acrons, divas, or anything that has true angel wings and is from the realm of celestials. I need a focusing crystal to focus the energy of the ritual, and I need ritual level arcane ink. This means that spell scrolling will not work. It's pricey, but I'm paying you a lot of money. If you haven't been told, you are being paid 30,000 gold for this. Is this something within your realm of capabilities?
I mean, there's nothing 30,000 gold won't sway me to not do, so...
I'm sure it can be arranged.
Excellent.
Shopping trip.
Excellent. I don't know the town as well as you all, so I'm assuming you will know where to find these things. If you have any questions, ask me now, and you'll be on your way.
Is there anything we should be scared of as we walk by? You know, any big things go come hit us in the face? Or should this be...
You mean in the tower or the town?
The adventure.
Well, you know the tower. You know the town more than I, but as long as you don't wander through the tower, you should be fine.
How's it so clean? Do you have a cleaner? Do you do it magically? Like, how do you keep it so clean? There is, like, no rats here.
Well, I am a great wizard. Mending objects is a simple cantrip. I just enhanced the spell enough to do the whole tower in a single sitting.
What is the nature of this ritual you're having us acquire things for?
I am an old man, and I have grown bored in my old age. All my friends and my family are dead. I need something to entertain me. The ritual that I will be creating is a story that will never end. As I read, the pages will create themselves, and I will have something to entertain me until I enter the realm of the dead. That satisfy your needs?
I was just curious.
Curiosity is nothing to be ashamed of. Well, be on your way. I'll be... Oh, another question.
You're playing the leading character in your own story.
I'm not the leading character. I'm the only one that's left. And the story's not going to be about me. It's going to be about, well, anything. Just something interesting to keep me busy for the next 50 years.
Failure.
Be on your way. The door will close on your way out. And he beckons for you to leave. Goes back to scribbling with some pieces of paper that are on one of the desks. Your actions are your own.
Suppose we better go shopping, hadn't we?
I mean, one thing he said was, don't explore the tower. And I mean, just personality-wise, I just can't say no to a bit of exploring the tower.
But I need an athletics check to carry Akron out of the tower by the scruff of his neck.
It depends. Will Akron be contesting you trying to carry him out of the tower by the scruff of his neck?
Can I assist?
Depends on the motive, you know? It's a big old tower. There's lots of
Briar,
rooms.
I will say make an athletics check with advantage because Karen is assisting you.
Right.
Oh.
27, not 20.
Oh, damn.
Natural 20.
Oh.
So as Akron, as you begin to mooch around, you start to look at all the things that are in the ritual room, and then you leave and you start to look at the things that are on the shelves. You are picked up single-handedly by Vrya, who just begins to pull you down the stairs. At one point, when you try and escape, you're just hovered over the center of this spiral staircase. Almost, if you wriggle anymore, you will be dropped. I'd like you to make a perception check or investigation check, your choice, with disadvantage to try and explore the tower as you're being dragged out of it.
Okay. Okay.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
The only thing you see that stands out to you is all of these items are pristinely clean, and all of you notice this, but you feel the warlock feels especially perceptive finding it, even though they are not. Out of all the pristine items, there's a single shelf that contains 6 books. These books are worn, they are used, they are definitely old. Much like the ritual chamber stood out to the rest of the tower, this shelf stands out to the rest of the items.
Am I still being dragged at this point?
You're being dragged out. You can pick. Roll a d6 for me, and you can look at the spine of one of the books and get the title. 2. So on a 2, you read the title. Actually, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common and
He has Eyes of the Runekeeper, doesn't he?
I was waiting for him to tell me, yes.
Yeah,
you have
I've
Eyes
got
of the
that.
Runekeeper for the
Alright.
party. You read all languages.
Yeah.
So, the one you read, it's in Giant. And
Right.
you read Raxus the Bard, the lumbering gentle giant, a journal. And then you're dragged off and you can't read the rest,
Oh, that's
unfortunately.
upsetting.
As you exit the tower, the door slams shut behind you, and you begin to ponder where you can go. You have 4 options to head into the town of Ludum and where to go. You have the Terra Cove, which is an arena which you can earn money, and you've heard rumors that the latest competitor, the latest champion of the arena, has been earning himself a decent prize fund. So if you could beat him, a lot of money may be earned. You can go to the Adventuring Guild, where you all bunker down and home, to find more information about where you may find these 3 objects. Then you have the 2 markets of Ludum. You have the common market, where the poorer and the civilians of Ludum shop. You'll find things for a cheap price there, but the quality is never assured. Then you've got the noble market. In the noble market, you'll find things of extreme value and extreme rarity. However, the price there is extraordinarily high. The noble market doesn't really exist for people to buy things. It's more for nobles to flash their wealth. So even compared to adventurers like yourself who have hundreds of gold, the noble market seems expensive and rich. Mainly because the nobles hike up the prices on their own because they know they can throw that money around.
Okay.
They decide amongst yourselves where you want to go.
I say we gather information.
Now, we
Like, really
could gather
good place to
information,
start.
or we could gain some more gold. And I don't know about you guys, but I've got an empty pocket at the moment, and a little bit more gold won't harm anyone. Yeah, but yeah.
Maybe once we find out what we need the gold for, we can try to accumulate it. But I think the first step would be getting some more information on the things that we're looking for.
Sounds like a good course of action to me.
People want
Yeah.
information. I'm fine for that. I'll follow where you go.
Heading to the Adventurers Guild first.
I also want to be keeping an eye on the warlock because he's sus.
Okay, the warlock is sus. Just roll a general perception check for me for keeping an eye on the warlock.
At this point, I will let go of the warlock.
Oh, you're still dragging.
Noted. I had assumed you'd let go of him when you got off the tower.
Yes.
However, the image of you carrying him into town is quite funny. So you let go of the warlock.
Oh.
So for your general perception check against the warlock, that's a natural 1 for a total of 3. The warlock is within your sight at all times. You know his every move. There's nothing that Acheron could do that could escape you. You're one of the most perceptive people on the planet right now.
Right, that makes sense.
So,
It's right
you begin
in
to head...
where that blind spot is.
You begin to head to the Beholden Adventuring Guild, where you all have lived for many years. You walk back into town, and it's a nice walk. The sun is shining, and the idea of having 30,000 gold to split between you is a nice thought to have as you walk back home. You get back to the Beholden Adventuring Guild, and a familiar sight greets you. The immediate reception, where 2 receptionists sit. To your right, you have the bar, where adventurers will come to relax before going to bed. There are regular fights in here, mostly drunken brawls, but sometimes people trying to prove their valor to adventurers of a higher rank. To your left, you have the stone wall and a wooden door that leads to the bunks, where you can go and sleep and rest if you so choose. Currently, in the Beholden Adventuring Guild, there is a human receptionist who you recognize, who has the name Valeris, and there is an orc receptionist who you familiarly know as Kronk. The bar is currently empty. It's midday. Most adventurers are either out or asleep, sleeping off the drink from last night. So who would you like to talk to?
Anyone, either or I'll happily walk in and I'll just put my arm on the reception desk, and I'll go to the orc and I'll be like, sort of good looking.
Adventurer Akron, it's nice to meet you again. Back from your quest so soon. How can we help you today? You watch as he just puts on this very fake customer service smile, which is made comical by the fact that he has very large protruding tusks that go to his nose as he just sits there like, Adventurer, hello, how may I help you?
I was just curious and all. I just happened to be looking for a few items. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Feather of an Angel or anything around the area.
If you're looking for the Feather of an Angel, I would recommend that you... And he thinks for a second, and he checks it. He goes like under the desk and pulls out a small stack of papers. No. Are you looking for an adventuring job, or are you just looking for something to find? Like you're looking for a specific angel? Or are you looking to go hunt one?
If you can point us towards an angel, I'm sure we can procure its feathers with ease.
Well, the closest angel is here in town. I don't know if you've been to the Terrakova Arena recently, but the newest champion, Diva the Diva, is in fact celestial born, and therefore could classify as an angel feather.
Ooh.
Anything else I can help you with today?
Very nice to hear. I mean, my memory has died. I'll just quickly go off to one side, just behind my face. I'll just be like, what were the other items I need?
Ink?
Ink
roll a history
or
check to remember.
writing scrolls and...
Well, if you need ink, I can supply you with ink. And he pulls out just a vial, a vial of generic ink. I can help you with that.
The magic ink.
Oh, spell scroll ink, like for spell scrolls.
Yes.
Okay, I would recommend there is a seller in the common realm who is new, and I cannot speak for him, and then there is a seller in the noble realm who has been around for 4 years. So his merch is respectable, to say the least. This whole time, by the way, the human who's been sitting to the side has not even spoke up. Is too busy, like, fiddling with her nails to say anything.
What was the third item?
I want to, like, loom over the bar, and, like, I've got this large bird mask, and I'll just, like, loom over so it gets right up in the space of this human who's there not paying attention to us, and I'll just be like, you don't happen to have any extra information for us, do you?
The rest of you watch as this human jumps out, like she's sitting on this nice wooden chair, and she physically jumps an inch off the chair, and as she lands, her back slips and she just falls flat on the floor. What? Sorry. Hello. Hi. How can I help? Hi, Khan. Nice to meet you. What a delightful greeting. And you watch as she clenches her fist like incredibly tightly and still retains this customer service smile of, hi, how can I help you?
Did you happen to overhear the conversation we were having?
I was otherwise invested in a very serious guild-related business. My apologies. If you could please inform me of what you were talking about, that would be much appreciated.
We are looking for some items.
Specific items being?
Ink for writing spell scrolls. Your co-worker gave us 2 possible ways. Do you have an opinion on which would be more...
Well, the noble market is always a safer bet. There is Balthazar's in the noble market. Although it will cost you a couple, probably around 1,000 gold. The prices there are insane. If you want something you can afford on an adventurer's salary, I would suggest the common market. However, I have seen adventurers buy spell scrolls from the common market, and they have burst into lightning. Yes, I did say lightning. The spells turned into bolts of lightning and attacked the caster. So you might get lucky and get some good ink, but who knows?
There's also the matter of what was it, Charlie, an arcane focus?
You had a focusing crystal, yes.
A focusing crystal. Where might we get one of those?
And she is going to make a intelligence check real quick, because she does not know. That is a 6. I'm sorry, focusing crystals aren't really my specialty. I am a practical fighter, you see, so I don't really devolve myself to magic. I'm sure if you ask around, though, you can find it yourself. You're meant to be competent adventurers with annoyingly scary masks.
I do smile, but she can't see because under the mask.
Bear in mind, I can see none of this. I'm looking at the bar itself because I'm so short. I'm just there like...
I mean, you can always elevate yourself if you wish, Tim.
I like saving my elevation techniques.
I'll reach my arms down like I'm gonna pick you up.
I will put the gnome on my shoulders.
I'll lift Tim up and put him on.
Thank you! Just stood on the bar.
The gnome is now being piggybacked.
Yep.
Noted. Is there anything else you would like to do in the Adventurers Guild, or would you like to head somewhere else?
I think we've got enough for now.
Can I take a
I think let's go
check?
fight.
Yeah,
What are you looking?
Just behind the desk, anything of interest.
Sure, make a perception check for me.
Ooh.
19. You do notice the female receptionist who was fiddling with her nails. You do see a book that is like at her feet and open. You get a brief glance at it, and what you read is Calligra reaches his hand and places it on his ally's shoulder. A raspy voice comes out. We've been friends for such a long time. I think it's about... You get the gist that she was reading some sort of non-savory book. A fan fiction, basically.
Oh. It's just Twilight all over again.
Make an intelligence check if the name rings a bell.
Okay. I don't like the way this is going. How do I roll the intelligence? There we go. I got a 9.
Click on it.
Name doesn't ring a bell, you just know it's some sort of fan fiction.
It's erotic.
Less erotic, more just shipping 2 characters together in a wholesome way.
Okay.
Anyway.
We'll I don't want to question that.
This is all you've gathered all you can from the Adventurers Guild. Would you like to go to the arena or one of the 2 markets?
I say we head straight to the arena. I want to fight something.
Let's hit
We go to
some
the arena,
things.
we get money, we buy things.
Okay.
First for blood.
So you head to the arena. The arena is a little ways away from the Adventuring Guild. You know, the reason of this is people thought it was a terrible idea to put a battle arena next to where all the adventurers live. So it takes you about 30 minutes to cross town to go to the arena. And none of you have really been there before. You know of it, but you've never been. The arena, or where you know it's supposed to be, there is just a small stone shack. Looks as if it's literally pieces of stone someone has cobbled together, and then a rickety wooden door that has been placed on top and is just bolted in on the sides.
Okay.
Are we sure this is it? Are we sure?
I mean,
You've been given directions here before, and you know this is the general area where it's supposed to be.
I mean, I've got one foot, and if we're going into an arena, if we're going to have to get some money somehow, you've got to make a name for yourself. You know, you can't be the second best. You've got to be the one everyone's rooting for. So my bets are we burst through that door, guns are blazing, and we own the place.
Akron, I am going to say this with all the respect I can possibly muster. You try that, I'm going to pick you up again, and I'm not going to let you back down.
That does not seem like a wise choice.
Hey, you can do it. You can attempt.
I will stand
and if it's
over
successful,
here and wait.
So, are you booting the door down, Akron?
I'll go up to the door. I'll give it a gentle knock first. Just 3 knocks.
You knock?
Yeah.
30 seconds goes by. A minute goes by. Roughly 2 minutes go by before you assume you're not getting a response.
Okay, by now I would have barged through that door. I would like to make a strength check to barge through the door, please.
I would like you to make a strength check with disadvantage, as this door is improperly wedged into the stone, and therefore was already going to be difficult to move. It was going to require a strength check to open regardless. Now you're trying to barge in.
That's fine.
This'll be fun. Oh,
That's a 12. So you watch as Akron pulls the door and it moves about half an inch. Like, the full barging motion is there, but the door just doesn't budge. So Akron dusts himself off, pulls again, another half inch. You dust yourself off for a third time. Do you attempt to pull for a third try, Akron?
Yes.
You pull and the door swings open. It seems you managed to latch it. So you watch as you barge in, the door itself smacks off the stone and you see a couple splinters as the actual back of the door breaks against its own poorly made hinges. And there is a set of crude stone and mud stairs just leading downwards.
Downwards. Okay, that doesn't look ominous at all. Can I see? Is it dark or can I see down?
You can see down, but it levels off, so you can't see the room that it goes into. But you can see it's only about 10 feet of stairs.
Okay.
This does not look like the place.
or
Might not
it could
quite
be
the
very
place.
much the place, and they're just hiding it.
Very true. And we could go in willy-nilly, because where's the fun in not?
I think we all know
Same.
who's
There's fun
dying
in
tonight.
surviving.
Just saying.
Why don't you go first then, and I'll push.
I'm gonna shout down the corridor, but I'm not gonna just shout. I've got the thaumaturgy cantrip, which makes my voice 3 times louder.
Okay.
So I'm going to yell down that corridor.
What do you yell, Akron?
Just hi. Just a nice hi.
Hi, very loud.
Yeah.
The rest of you just hear, hi! As it echoes off the walls and echoes down. About a minute later, you hear a hello coming from within the room.
Ooh, I've turned back to everyone and be like, that's a nice friendly voice. I'm just going to go straight down.
You go straight down, and it's a very brief staircase, and it leads to a slightly more open room, again made of this shoddy stonework. It seems like it's a theme of this room. There is a pile of stones that have been kind of mudded and roped together to form a desk. And sitting in that desk is a half-elf. A long, kind of curved handlebar mustache, flicked back black hair, and some, like, this patchwork waistcoat, and then underneath it, leather armor. Hello! Welcome to the Terrakov Arena. I believe that you are participants, yes?
I shall participate.
Participation costs 40 gold per participant.
And what do we win?
The prize pot is currently, and he pulls out a small, 2,240 gold.
Here's my
I'll
gold.
pay for all
Yeah,
of us.
instantly throw the gold at him.
For reference,
Money,
before
money,
Before we accept your money, we must inform you of this. Diva, the Diva, has currently beaten 124 contestants without failing. Additionally, there will be clerics to resurrect you if you die in this battle on standby. However, there is only 2 current clerics who resurrect you, so if more than 2 of you die, one of you will be made permanently dead. Please sign these forms, and you each get handed this small piece of wood that has a piece of parchment pinned to it, and in very scriggly writing, there's just lots of incredibly verbose words. And if anyone would like to attempt to read it, it's going to require an intelligence check for me, please.
I will attempt to read it.
I will make the intelligence check.
Everyone who's trying to make the intelligence check, please make it now. That's a natural 1 off Tim, a nat 20 off Khan, a 21 off Rhea, and then for Akron?
I'm not rolling. I'm just signing it and throwing it
You
back.
just sign away.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, you read this, and you read, for all intents and purposes, the life of the adventurer or person or citizen or extraplanar deity that signs this contract will in fact be forfeit to yada yada yada, yada yada yada. Your mind starts thinking about how many rats you could currently fit in this room, and before you realize it, you've signed. You've absent-mindedly signed it. Breya, however, you managed to actually sit, Khan and Breya, you managed to sit down and read this whole thing. And it reads along the lines of, the life of the adventurer, citizen, or planar entity who signs this form forfeits the potential to sue in case of the fact that they are killed within combat. Under suing, you are not allowed to sue if you are maimed, permanently psychologically damaged, reverted to child form, aged into dust, turned into a different element, permanently polymorphed into a dog, cat, or any other farmyard beast. However, you are allowed to sue if you are polymorphed into a pig. This is Pig Clause A. And then goes on to stipulate the 40 gold that you provide, 50% of that, sorry, my notes are all over the place. 50% of that stays with the Terracotta Arena to help build repairs. A quarter of that goes to the prize pot, and another quarter of that goes to the current champion, so they make money for staying on. If you understand all this and you're willing to blatantly risk your life for a decent amount of gold that you can make at any other job, please sign here.
I won't sign per se, but I will hold the thing in front of me and poke a small hole in it with my bird mask. And hand it back to the...
Is this your signature? Is this your signature?
Indeed.
Okay. And so you're very tall.
Contract like a sane person.
You sign the contract and you get ready. Please follow me. You'll be in the waiting area with Diva the Diva. You can meet the person who is going to is going to fight you with the possibility of you winning.
God, that's what I like to hear. That's the nice sounding way.
You're let down. We did actually have a rat problem. There was 30 rats in here last week. Was that you?
Oh no! I collect the rats. I help remove them for a small
You have
charge.
contact details. We get rats here quite a lot. It's underground and it's very warm, so the rats love to stay here. Just come here whenever. You can have all the rats. We don't like the rats.
Have a card.
He takes the card. This is very helpful. I really hope you don't die. It would be a shame. We don't like having these rats. And you're led, rather than there being a door here, there is just this hole in the wall. And then what you see next is jarring. You see this immaculate room. Wooden panels have been, intrinsically laid into the wall. There are 4 equally laid out chairs, and there's a table that sits 2 bowls. On one bowl, there is a set of peeled red grapes, and the second bowl, there is a set of peeled green grapes. Sitting in one of the chairs is an incredibly scrawny, blonde young man. Human-looking, probably no more than 15, right? Beautiful golden blonde hair that is swept back behind his ears. He's wearing this sort of Greek toga-style outfit, and he's just sitting there, picking up a green grape, looks at it, eats it, picks up a red grape, looks at it, eats it, picks up a green grape. Excuse me, I did not order this. And he shows the grape, imitating the receptionist who had brought you in here. This is not peeled correctly. You know what I like. And he throws the grape at him. Then,
good.
only just noticing the rest of you. Hello there. I am
Who's
Diva, the Diva, and I will be the one fighting you today. Please take a seat and witness my glorious presence while you still have the eyes to see me.
I'm just gonna look him
I'll
up and down.
I will get uncomfortably close to him. And like turn so that I'm looking out of one of the eyes of the mask, just right really close up to his face.
The minute you do that, it's like, oh, would you like a close-up? Oh, and he begins kind of moving the toga to show these like incredibly scrawny muscles. Like he still has muscles, but he's so skinny.
I am looking him dead in the eyes.
Oh, are you sure you don't look at these fabulous pecs? They're going to get even better in the battle. Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, you, and he points at the receptionist, smacks him on the back of the head. You are going to get me 2 fresh bowls, and if you dare disgrace me like that again, I'll take my mace and I'll shove it so far up the back of you that you'll never be able to walk again. You know what I feel about grapes. And he sits back down plain as day. Hello, all. And the receptionist hurriedly picks up the bowls and leaves.
Are you okay?
No, I'm Diva.
I can tell.
I'm sorry, was that an insult?
Yes.
Oh, darling, I would let you insult me, but I'm just too perfect for it to matter. Also, someone who smells as bad as you do really shouldn't be stepping up. You smell like damp rats.
Oh, I take that as a compliment.
Oh, you weird small things. Anyway,
Sorry,
take
darling,
a seat.
aren't you up to date with sewer culture? Oh, well, those rags you're wearing wouldn't do very well where I'm from.
Rags.
All of you are very
Rags.
strange to me.
You're wearing a crow mask, and I'm... At this point, the receptionist comes back in and places both fresh bowls of grapes down, and the Diva begins to inspect the grape and eat it again.
I'm gonna knock one of the bowls of grapes on the floor.
I'm going to
Make...
stop him from attempting to knock one of the bowls of grapes.
You say you're going to stop him? Okay, I would like contested dexterity checks from Vreya and Akron, please.
6.
That is a 6 and a 6.
Oh.
Akron, what's your dexterity bonus?
0.
And and what's your dexterity bonus, Vreya?
-1.
-1. So in the most clumsy attempt at kind of like an interception you see, Akron very, very slowly just goes to knock the bowl over and misses, but then Vreya comes along and bats Akron's hand out the way, which leads to Akron knocking the grapes onto the floor. The Diva gets up, walks over to Akron so that he is like an inch and a half away, looks you dead in the eyes and goes, "Those were my favorite grapes. I am going to pulverize you. Anyway,
Go to the other
please
bowl
take a look
and
at me
cut it
before
in.
you leave. I am very beautiful." 10 minutes go by and the Diva doesn't say a single word. If you'd like to do anything, you have the opportunity to do so now.
I would like to move away, but still be staring very uncomfortably at him.
It's strange. You know that this should be making him uncomfortable, and any other human being, this would be making them violently uncomfortable. However, the more you stare, the more kind of the Diva begins to pose and makes eye contact with you on several occasions and start kind of, as if a model in a photo shoot, just begins posing randomly on occasion. Eventually, the receptionist returns, unless there's anything the rest of you would like to do in this time.
Do you have any feathers?
Well, of course I have feathers, I'm an angel.
Can we have one?
What would it give you a feather? You know how long it took to get my wings in the pristine condition that they are? You think
Well,
I'm just
in
going to
that
pluck one off
theory-
for a little rat boy like you?
You should have been grooming them, which would have meant removing the dead ones and the damaged ones and the just not up to your standard ones. Therefore, you should have a pile of kind of
I burn them,
substandard
darling.
feathers somewhere.
I burn them. Nothing that is unbeautiful about me is allowed to exist in this world. Every feather that was bent, every feather that was even the slightest bit ruffled enough, was burnt with my own holy fire. Anyway, I believe it's time.
Can I go up to him and I'll just ask him, what are the chances of getting a feather, You wouldn't even give it to a really good friend or anything.
Sorry, what was that? You said you began feeling him up?
No.
You saw hands and you cut out for me, so I thought you were saying you were trying to touch his back.
No. I just go to him like, you wouldn't give it to a really good friend or anything, It's a really good mate, you've known him forever. You give him a feather.
I mean, if they were really my friend, they wouldn't take one of my beautiful feathers. How about this? I'll make you a deal. And he picks up his mace at this point. If any of you can lay a finger on me, if you can make me bleed a single speck, I'll give you a feather each.
Done.
Can I launch a dagger in his direction?
You're trying to launch a dagger at him now?
Yeah. No, to the side, so past his ear.
Past his hair. Oh, past his hair. Okay. Yeah.
This bodes poorly.
Roll a d20 and add your weapon modifier for me. So just roll to attack.
Okay. So that's 15.
15. Okay. So you throw the dagger and it launches past and it nearly cuts off a lock of his hair. And he's going to make a dexterity check to get out of that. Let me just check something real quick. Resistance, that is not a magical attack, so where is my thing? You'd have a bonus on that. That's a 16, so he just barely manages to dodge out of the way even. You see what you think is a hair, but then you look for it and it's gone. And you can assume it must have been a trick in your imagination. Eventually the receptionist returns. The arena is ready, everybody. If you would like to follow me, you can attempt to fight and hopefully win. Please.
Okay.
You're guided down the same hallway, but this time you turn right instead of turning left back to the reception. You are guided into a circular arena, which I'll now put on the map for you all. A circular arena with torches and sconces laid periodically around it.
Okay.
Spikes integrated into the walls seem to be as another method to stop arena goers climbing in or out of the fight. The diva stands on one end of the arena and beckons for you to stand opposite him. You wait there kind of silently for a moment as crowds begin to fill in just above where the arena pit is. There's probably around 80 or so people watching you right now. The receptionist holds up a single kind of white piece of cloth. When this cloth touches the ground, you may begin. As he holds the cloth up.
Before the fight starts, could I summon my familiar?
You may summon your familiar, yes. If there's anything anyone would like to do right now, let me know.
A white owl appears on Briar's shoulder.
I don't know how it works properly, but I've got True Strike. Is that more in the middle of the fight thing, or?
So True Strike is an action. You could cast it now. Do you want? Yeah. I'm going to roll a little check to see if the diva cares about you casting it. Nope. Diva couldn't care less.
Okay.
You may roll True Strike now for the first round of combat. I'll allow that.
Wait, how do I roll it? I suppose it's just roll my wisdom.
True Strike just gives you advantage.
It looks at the defenses and it gives it advantage.
So you begin to cast True Strike and you watch as this kind of greyish, alien-like energy hovers around Akron's eyes. And you see, Akron, this form is kind of unstable in the diva. And as you begin to kind of focus in this alien energy on the diva, the form shifts. The toga that he was wearing bursts, and you see this splendid golden armor emerge out of nowhere. His muscles begin to grow, and his skin adopts a bluish tint. He tenses his back, and this bright gold set of wings flare out, maybe 10 feet wide. He picks up his mace, which now seems comically small for his very large body, and says, "Are you ready to fight?" The True Strike locks in. Beth, Claudia, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna manifest my rats.
You manifest your rats. You watch as swarms, just 1 rat, then 2 rat, then 3 rat, begin to swarm around Tim's feet. And before anyone really notices, there's maybe 30 to 40, maybe 50 rats just at the feet of this little halfling.
No.
Claudia? Gnome, sorry.
No.
Okay. I would like everybody to roll initiative. Okay. We'll head into... Ooh, some nice rolls there.
Nat 20.
Sorry, my character sheet's taking a moment.
That's a 24. Okay. So for reference, the 25 to 20. If everyone could just read out the initiatives to me, please. Anyone get between 25 and 20?
I've got 20.
20. Okay. That's a 20 for Akron. A turn. 2 0. 2 4. 15 to 10.
Oh, I had 19, sorry.
19. Tim, your initiative's been added. 10 to 9. I mean 10 to 5 even.
9.
And what was that, Claudia?
5.
Okay, 9 and a 5. Add turn. So a 9 for Vrya. 20 Khan. 24 for Thing. And then a 5 was that for you, Claudia?
5 for me.
Yeah, sorry. I think I misspoke. Okay, add turn. Okay, so first up in the initiative order is the Diva. With a 24. Sorry, 22 even. And let's make sure everyone's initiative is right. Okay. So first up is the initiative. The Diva is going to fly and immediately soar towards Akron. You watch as it flies in, and telepathically in the back of your head, Akron, you hear, "I told you I was going to smush you to smithereens." The first attack is... It's his mace. He's going to make 2 attacks with his mace. That's plus 8 to hit. So that is a 26 to hit, and a 26 to hit.
I've got 11
2 18s. Okay, so first attack is 22 points of damage. And the second is 26 points of damage.
Okay, I'm dead.
Already?
Oops.
Okay.
Oh no.
This is going well.
This is a hard encounter for level 7s, guys.
It's a good thing the entire party is here.
Yeah. Oof.
Wonderful.
So you watch as this mace begins to fly through the air, and it looks comically small, and then you notice this radiant outline of radiant energy around the mace that makes it seem regular size. And as it hits you, Akron, you first feel the mace, and then you feel this burning of radiant fire around you. Then it hits you again on the other side, and you're slammed onto the ground, and your consciousness fades. Next up is Akron. If you'd like to make a death saving throw for me, Akron.
Is that just a D20?
That's roll a D20. I rolled really well on damage and hits there.
Yeah.
That's a 14, 1 success. Tim, you're up.
Right. Bonus action, I'm going to do Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So next time I hit it with a weapon attack, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears, and they've got to do a strength saving throw or be restrained. A large creature has advantage.
Okay, the Diva is medium-sized, so it won't have advantage.
Yay! And I'm going to whack it with a quarterstaff.
Roll to hit. That's a 15. Misses, unfortunately. So you go to whack it with the quarterstaff, and the Diva's wing bats it out of the way. Roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay. Do I still have my second attack as well?
You do.
Nice.
Go straight d20.
Oh,
That one again.
I did the
You
command wrong.
Yeah, you just typed d20.
What do I have to do again? I'm a dumbass.
/R, not R/.
I'll just roll it for you.
Thanks.
That's a natural 20, which is in your favor. As
Yay!
you go to attack it with the quarterstaff, and it tries to block with its own wing, you get the quarterstaff underneath one of the feathers and pushed, and 4 feathers come flying out onto the ground.
Nice.
In the bottom end, the quill of the feather is slightly broken because it was ripped off rather than like plucked, but it's still a full feather. Roll your second
Nice.
attack.
Hit it with a quarterstaff again.
That's a 16, which I believe hits.
Okay, so the thing... how do I roll damage? Should have worked that one out, shouldn't I? Give me 2 seconds.
You can just click quarterstaff and it'll roll it for you.
Oh, thanks. I thought I had this worked out, but apparently
All right.
not.
Okay, that's 12 damage. Nice. Okay, let's mark that
Ooh.
off.
How's it 12? Because it's 1d6 plus 3.
You just rolled the hit again, unfortunately.
Oh, am I clicking on the wrong bit? Because I'm clicking
You-
on quarterstaff.
You probably are. However, you do have once per turn your rats. You could do an extra d6 here.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so it's roll quarterstaff damage and then an additional d6.
Okay, cool. So it'd be d6. Ha, I have found the commands. I will do it right this time. Well, d6 plus 3.
Okay,
And
that's
then-
4. Another d6.
1d6.
That's a total of 9 damage.
And then the spell will still be on, won't it?
Yes,
it's a minute.
Snaring strike. Next time creature with a weapon attacks or spell ends.
Yeah. So strength saving.
A strength saving throw. It has advantage against magic. That's an 18.
Yeah, it succeeds.
Succeeds. Okay, so that you watch as you hit it with the quarterstaff, this massive vine's beginning to coil at its feet, and it kind of beats its feathers in an act of rage and starts stomping on them instead, stomping on the vines. Unfortunately, not succeeding. Next up is Vrya.
Alright. As a reminder, my familiar takes turn in initiative immediately after mine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alright. I shall cast Booming Blade. Using
Okay.
my maul.
The rest of you watch as sparks of thunderous kind of energy coagulate around the maul as you go to attack. Roll the hit. That is
14,
a
that's a miss.
14 misses, unfortunately. Okay, that's your
Alright.
Anything else you'd like to do at your turn?
I will use my bonus action for Wall Magic. After I cast a cantrip, I can make an attack as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17 hits, roll damage. Okay, 12 points of damage. You watch as the maul connects and that thunderous energy disperses for a second before you smash in again. And the diva looks at you and goes, "How dare you hit me?" You see just the faintest scratch, and you swear you see a drop of blood starting to form.
Raya will just smirk. And I believe that is my go.
There's your go. Next, yes, the owl may take an action after you. What would you like to do?
The owl will take the help action and fly 10 feet up without provoking an opportunity attack.
With its flyby feature, yes. Who are you assisting? What act? You have to target something for the help action.
It's targeting the diva, it just has advantage
Oh,
on the
so-
first. next attack.
Okay, you're helping against the next attack that hits the diva. Okay, I just need you to specify what you were helping. Okay, that
Right,
means
sorry.
the owl begins to fly up and begins to claw at the back of the diva's head. So every time it goes to swing, it has to bat away at the owl first. Next up is Khan. What would you like to do?
I would like to move. I have 45 feet of movement, so
You can reach the diva.
can I get like here?
You
Or-
could. You could also get opposite Tim for flanking if you wanted, or opposite Briar.
I want to be in between Akron, who is down, and the diva.
You couldn't get in between them because the diva is technically taking up the space next to Akron, but you could get next to him there, which would you can put your mini there, but it's taking up that space, and you can't occupy the same space as enemy. But you could get here.
Would I be able to target both of them if I do that?
You can.
Yes, you're within 5 feet of both of them.
Okay, cool. I want to attack the diva with my quarterstaff.
Roll to attack.
Okay. And this is my 2 attacks.
Yes,
Right.
you have 2 attacks.
Yes. Okay. No, my first attack is a nat 1. I don't think that hits.
So you go to hit, and the diva just stares you down. And in that moment, you look at Akron and you look at the diva. In that moment of hesitation, you swing wide.
Okay, I'll do my second attack then. 18.
Which is an 18. 18 hits. Roll damage.
Cool.
Actually, my bad. That would be your first attack because you did have advantage because the owl was taking the help action. So those 2 rolls would have been your first hit.
Okay,
So
cool.
roll damage and you'd get another hit after this.
Yeah. I'm doing, because it's a quarterstaff, I'm doing 2-handed, so it's a D8, right?
I just realised she's flanking alongside Fryer, so it's advantage either way, really.
Yeah. So you get advantage on your next hit as well.
It's a 4.
It's 4 points of damage. Are you going to pump anything into that? A damaging strike, stunning strike.
I'll do a stunning strike, yeah.
Okay, mark off a key point.
Mhm.
That's a 5. It's a Constitution save, right? Doesn't matter. It's a total of 9 regardless.
Yeah, I think that'll
That fails.
fail regardless.
I sense shenanigans.
You hit with the quarterstaff, and the rest of you see is this sort of necrotic energy, with hints of just glowing radiantness behind it somewhere, begins to flow into the diva. The diva turns towards you, Khan, begins to raise up a maul, and you watch as all of its muscles tense and its teeth begin to grit, and you hear in the back of your mind, slimy little, and that's all you hear.
So now I can do my second attack.
You can do your second attack with advantage. That is a 24, which hits.
Nice.
Roll damage.
Just swat him like a fly.
Yeah.
Monks, man.
Must be crazy.
I wouldn't know the feeling.
We'll get you a badge of honor.
Yeah,
Knocked out first round.
it's 5.
You tried.
That's another 5 points of damage.
And then I can do my bonus action Flurry of Blows.
You can indeed.
So that's another key point, and then 2 unarmed attacks. With my Hands of Healing, I can use, when I use Flurry of Blows, I can use one of the unarmed strikes to do Hand of Healing without
Yes, you can.
a key point. So as I'm making my attacks, I'm just gonna make sure that I clip Akron in the face with my boot or something.
Okay, so one's going to Akron. Is the other one going to
The other
the
one is
diva?
going to the diva.
Okay, So roll your flurry of blows on the diva. You would have to hit Akron, but you do have advantage on that hit as well.
Okay. Well, there's the damage.
You don't have to roll to attack for hands of healing, I don't think.
It just
touch
says.
someone and heal them.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. No, that's my bad. Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. So that's your healing for?
No, that was my attack on the diva.
Okay, so you've got to roll to hit first.
Okay, I will do that. 7.
7 doesn't hit, unfortunately. However, roll healing for. You would have advantage on that.
Yes. Better.
17 does hit. Okay, so that's another 4 points of damage.
Yep.
And then roll healing for Akron.
Is it the same dice?
You roll your unarmed, yes, for healing.
Just get so many dice as a monk. Don't know which ones to use.
4 hit points.
Okay, so you watch as you smack with the first one and you go wide, and then you smack again and you manage to tense the muscles of this diva. You then stow away your quarterstaff. You smack into the diva and this necrotic energy begins to flow, and then immediately, like flicking a light switch, this energy shines bright like a brilliant white, and you just punch Akron square in the chest, and this energy flows through after your punch. Akron, breath fills your lungs again as you open up your eyes to see the ceiling of this cavernous arena. Next up, that is your turn. That's your bonus action. You have movement left if you'd like to use it. Can't?
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Next up would be the diva if it wasn't stunned. So the diva tenses and tries its hardest to push against the fact that its key has been locked into place by the monk, but it pushes as hard as it can and it can't. Akron, you're up. You're on the floor. You've just woken from unconsciousness. It's going to cost half your movement to get up.
Half my movement to get up. Well, yeah, okay.
I recommend running the fuck away.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
You've got 15 feet of movement.
15 feet. Where would that get me?
There is a ruler function if you'd like to use it. You could get like into this corner here. You could run over here so you're out of combat.
Yeah, put me behind everyone else.
Okay, so you want
Hide
to
behind the gnome. Great idea.
Yeah.
So you're hiding here. You're going here then?
I'm going there, yeah.
Okay, so you run away and you watch as you hear the grunt as if the diva's about to swing, and then you hear the tensing of its hand in its own blade. It can't move because it's stunned.
Okay.
That is your movement. You've got an action and bonus action.
Okay, we'll just straight up Eldritch Blast it. So I've got 2 beams.
You do have Hex. You could cast beforehand if you want. Remember.
That is a shout. I'll cast Hex first.
What
Fourth level.
what ability check are you using when you cast Hex? You can give them disadvantage. When you cast Hex, you can choose. What was that, Harry?
Can I make a suggestion?
Go for it. You're a team.
I recommend giving the diva disadvantage on strength saves because I plan on grappling him next turn.
Okay, right. So I'll use Hex on the diva.
Okay, the diva is now hexed. You watch as this greyish black tentacle of smoke wraps itself around the chest of the diva, and even though it's frozen in place, you watch pull it back like a harness and restrict its movement so it can't get as much force behind its abilities.
Okay.
You now do an extra d6 of damage on each attack you do.
Strength ability check is disadvantage, yeah. Then I'll use Can I use the Eldritch Blast on it?
Yes, that's your action. So roll to attack twice.
So roll 2d20. Oh no, that's added them. But it's a 6 and a 9.
What's your bonus to hit?
Plus 4 each time, so that's 10.
Is that with your Rod of the Pack Keeper?
11 and 14.
Both miss.
Right.
So you watch as the tentacle begins to constrict around the chest of the diva, and you aim your Eldritch blasts, and then your vision begins to go groggy. You've just came back from consciousness, and you're going full throttle back into battle. You fire off the Eldritch Blast, and they have this greenish, kind of blackish quality flame to them, and both of them swing wide, unfortunately. That's your action, bonus action, all of your movement.
Yeah.
Tim, you're up.
I'm going to whack him with my quarterstaff again.
Roll to attack. You would have advantage because it's... That's my bad, actually.
Yay.
Akron, would you roll 2 more d20 for me? You would have advantage because it's stunned. So you can roll to try and hit again for your second attack. Sorry, Beth. Trying to make it fair for you guys. Luke?
Yeah, sorry.
You can roll to attack again with advantage. So those first 2 rolls would have been your first attack because you had advantage because it was stunned. So you can roll to attack again. So just roll 2d20.
Yeah.
So that's a 7. Unfortunately misses.
That's plus 5, so 14.
Unfortunately. They still both miss, but I just wanted to give you the chance to try and hit. Back to you, Tim. Roll to attack with advantage.
So, whack number 1. Does
That a 6 and a 7 unfortunately don't hit.
No.
Whack number 2.
Whack number 1 misses completely. Why does my character sheets take so long to load? God's sake.
Alright. The internet is a bit iffy sometimes. 11 also misses. So you watch as you swing and you swing, but it's strange. You feel the rats underneath you moving in ways they don't usually move. And then you hear in the back of your head, rat culture can be very distracting sometimes, as both of your attacks unfortunately swing wide. You have a bonus action and some movement if you'd like to use it.
I don't think there's much I can do with a bonus action.
Okay.
I am going to stay there and be a semi-bodyguard.
Okie doke. That ends your turn. Fryer, you're up.
Right. Let's go for another booming blade.
Okay, roll to attack.
26.
26 definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh. Plus 1d for booming blade. So we'll have a bludgeoning damage, 1 thunder damage.
Okay, so that's 12 damage total. Noted. Are you going to use your action surge? No. Okay. Go for it. What are you doing in your second action?
I'll use the bonus action attack first.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Music's funky.
You can thank Sam and his friends for
20.
that. It's a natural 20. Nice. Roll damage.
God damn it.
It's still
15
15 points of damage. That's still really good, dude.
Then action surge. Attack action. I shall make the grapple check.
Okay. Roll your grapple check. He will roll athletics with disadvantage.
Either will roll athletics with disadvantage.
Yes. That is a 6 total. Gonna be a 6.
12.
That is a 12. You manage to, with the help of these tendrils that are wrapping around the diva, you restrain it. It is now grappled. For those who haven't heard the... Go on.
And I shall drag him 15 feet away.
Okay, using your movement, you'll drag him 15 feet away. Let me just check that with a ruler. Yeah, so he'll go here, and you'll go with him. There we go. As you watch as the Goliath of the party wraps the... Actually, they attack first. So the thunderous energy smacks into the side of this paralyzed diva. And another smack. No thunderous energy this time, but whacks against the chin of it. And you watch as, even though it can't move, its whole body moves like 3 inches. Its whole chin rotates just from the sheer force of impact. You then wrap your arms around it and drag it, its feet digging into the dirt just through lack of ability to move, as you push it back 15 feet away from your allies.
For shits and giggles, since I still have 1 attack left, I'm going to make an unarmed strike and try and kick him in the balls.
Go for it. We do love funny attacks. Roll to attack with advantage because he's stunned.
16?
16 plus...
No, that's a straight 16.
A straight 16? I think that hits, yeah.
Oh, no,
that
hang
hit. You'd have a
I thought
strength
I was
bonus here. You would have a strength bonus
Yeah,
here.
dirty 20 still hits.
Dirty
So
20. Roll
That would be
a d4.
an extra 5 bludgeoning damage to the clubs.
So the way I do it is roll a d4, half it, add your strength.
Right.
You're basically rolling a d2, but you can't do that in real life, so that's how the rules change. That is still 5 points of bludgeoning damage. You kick him in the balls. You hear just this cacophony of swears in the back of your mind, Freya. Like swears you hadn't even thought of. Swears that I won't say on this stream, but very creative, vulgar language to just the excruciating and humiliating pain you've just put the diva through. That ends your turn. Go on.
And now it's the owls.
The owl can take the help action or another action if it likes.
Help for the hell of it.
Takes the help action. That was a decent turn. That was what? 27 plus 5. That's 32 points of damage in a round. That's good. Khan, you're up.
Time to make 800 attacks again.
Moving your 15 feet over here, I assume?
Up to... like, just in
There.
front. Yeah.
Okay. You could flank with Raya.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, so that would just be moving here. You've got the movement to do it as a monk anyway.
Yeah.
So take the attack action.
Cool. And
Roll the hit with advantage.
Yeah.
I will also say move away once you've made your turn because the sun lasts until the end, and then I'm the only thing the diva can attack if it chooses to try and escape the grapple.
Okay, that's a 24 to hit. Are you pumping anything into that?
I'm not sure this will work, but I'm gonna do Hand of Harm. So I'll do I'll wait till I do my own strike for that. Not yet.
Okay.
So I'll
just
do
roll
my
damage.
Staff attack.
That is 7 points of damage. Make your next attack.
One again.
And that is a 15. Misses, unfortunately. So you whack it in the chest with your first attack, and you spin... Pardon me. You spin the quarterstaff around, and you hit it again, and it does make contact, but it glides off the glorious golden armor this diva is wearing, and it makes a dent in the armor, but it doesn't hurt him. And it's strange, because you know you didn't hurt him. However, he screams at you, "How dare you hit me like that? This armor was immaculate before you maggots decided to fight me."
Actually, instead of doing my attack, I want to use my bonus action to try and grab his wings and pull some feathers off.
Okay, he is currently stunned, so I would say make an athletics check with advantage, and because he's being grappled, the DC will be lower, because there's multiple things stacking on top of each other to help you here. Just make an athletics check with advantage. 14. Roll a d4.
Okay.
You reach out and you try and pull a clump of feathers out, and they are in there tight, but you do manage to pull out a handful of feathers, and as ruffling through them, 3 of them are intact. So you have 3 completely intact angel feathers.
Tuck those away.
Okay.
Now move.
And then back up.
How far? You've got...
It's like 15 feet.
Okay. There we go.
Out of melee range.
So, next up is the diva. You watch as the kind of key manipulation that was causing it to freeze and pace fades from its body. This light kind of black and white mist radiates off. The diva takes a second to try and dust down what the damage has done to its armor, even though those black tendrils are still wrapping around it, and Freya is still grappled on. The diva's going to look at you, Freya, and go, "How dare you lay your hands on me, you oaf!" and is going to spend its turn to try and break free from the grapple.
Alright.
It is going to roll a strength check with disadvantage for a total of 9. And 18 doesn't beat. It flexes, and for a second you think it's going to break free, and then the tendrils, the Aquan wrapped around it, pin its arms in place, and you manage to bear hug it once again, forcing it to stay in place. It doesn't have anything it can do with its bonus action. Its speed has been reduced to 0. That is its turn. Akron, you're up.
Okay, we're actually going to try to hit it this time. I think first thing I want to do is move even further away.
Okay, how far are you moving away?
Probably, why is this select and move? There we go. Probably to somewhere around here. However
Okay.
much that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I reckon 6, 5. About there I can get to.
Okay. That's your movement. You've got a bonus action and action if you'd like to take it.
Eldritch Blast. Fuck.
Roll 2 attacks. You do not have advantage on this because it's not stunned and you
Yeah.
aren't flanking.
So
So the first
that's
attack
a 17 and
is a 16 and an 18. Both hit.
Oh, nice. Right.
No, 17 and 19, sorry. Yeah, both hit. You're fine. Roll damage for both.
D10s.
So that's a D10 plus your charisma.
2. So 14 damage on the first one,
14 damage. Nice.
and then 7 damage on the second one. So that's 21 in
So
total.
forget the extra
21 damage. You would do an extra
There's also-
2d6 damage.
Is it an extra 2d6? Yeah.
So you get a d6 per attack, and you've hit with 2 attacks, so you'd get an extra 2d6.
Right. So
That's 21 damage total so far.
Why does he get the extra dice, sorry?
25.
He's hexed the creature, so the smoke
Okay.
tendrils that are restricting its movement also allow him to do an extra. So that is 25 points of damage total. This thing is looking hurt. You see that there are gash marks where water staffs and mauls have hit it, and you see these singular specks of blood starting to drip out. It's looking hurt. It can't transform. That is your action. You still have a bonus action if you'd like to use it.
Don't think I can do anything with it.
You've got your Rod of the Pack Keeper. You could restore a spell slot even. I believe that's a bonus
Didn't know
action.
I could do that with that. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Oh, sorry, it's an action. That's my bad for
Oh,
recommending
never mind.
it's
I
an action.
won't do that.
It's still something to keep in mind of with your Rod of the Pack Keeper. You do
Yeah.
have a ability to restore a spell slot. Okay, that is your turn. Next up is Tim.
I'm gonna pick up the feathers that were dropped
Mhm.
in front, and then when I have the right thing selected, I'm gonna move in front of him and whack him with my quarterstaff.
Roll
No
to
point
attack.
There's no point using my short bow.
That's 17 hits.
Yay! Should I do my second one and then just do all the
Do your
damage
second one and
together?
then roll damage together, yeah. 9 unfortunately doesn't hit, so you
So-
whack with your first hit at the quarterstaff and you spin it round, and you got used to the fact that it was stunned, so you go to hit and it would be a hitting attack and it blocks it with the maul, but the first one does hit and you hear this grunt of pain as you hit it in the stomach, and you watch this tiny droplet of blood spurt out from out of his mouth as you cough out and hit him in the stomach. That's another 9 points of damage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna set my rats on him as well.
That's an extra
Just
d6.
swarm them forward.
It's just the thought of it.
The rats are empowering me here. 15 damage.
Oh wow, I just noticed your attack. Another nice. So you watch as you hit, he goes to gloat, like he goes to speak out loud to you, and then you watch as he kicks one of your rats. He goes, disgusting. And then he kicks another one. He spends this whole turn trying to wipe off these filthy rats. And they start biting and nibbling at him. And he's not even caring. He's trying to wipe them off as quickly as possible. All of you hear in your minds this scream of just filthy, disgusting. And he's wiping them off and spending as much time as he can. It's another 6 damage. Damn, you guys are eating away at him.
Send the posh kids. Send the rats after the posh kids. It works well. That's everything.
That's your turn. Freya, you're up.
You're on mute.
Keep forgetting that.
Hey.
Considering moles are a two-handed weapon, I'm gonna have to let go. Oh.
Ah.
I can use the bonus action attack to re-grapple, can't I?
Yeah, because grapple takes a single attack.
Alright, booming blade.
Okay, roll to hit.
Actually. No, he's not gonna move. That misses.
Okay, so first attack misses, unfortunately. Are you using your bonus action when you cast a cantrip to grapple or to try and hit again?
I will grapple.
Okay, roll athletics check. He'll roll with disadvantage. With disadvantage, that's a 21. He rolled a 19 and 17.
What? I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, buddy. So you go to grapple him, but you're kind of sluggish after missing with that booming blade, and the electrical energy causes your spasm and feeds back to you. And as you go to wrap around him, your arms just burst outwards, and he pushes you back, just hit you square in the chest. Nice try, but maybe next time you've got to be a bit stronger to get someone like me.
Challenge accepted.
That is the end of your turn. Khan, you're up.
You know what's happening.
Annoying monk shit.
Yeah, annoying monk.
Annoying monk shit.
Yep, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna do my 2 attacks.
Roll to hit.
Is it advantage?
You are flanking, so it would be advantage.
Sick.
God damn it.
Nat 20!
Natural 20. Nice.
I
Yes.
hate you. This is disgusting.
Listen, it's a team effort, guys. If he dies, he dies.
And then he gets rid
What am I, how are we doing nats, Charlie?
So roll the dice, double the dice.
Double the dice and then add my...
Yeah, so roll normally, double whatever you get, then add your modifiers.
Okay.
I just
So,
doubled the number of
that's
dice I rolled.
8, 16, plus 2, 18.
Damn, 18 points of damage on a single hit.
I want to get him in the face.
It's 10, 27. Yeah, you smack him square in the face. I'm just gonna roll. On a 3, it was between a 1 and a 5. With the natural 20, take the end of your quarterstaff, you hold it like a baseball bat, and you swing for his face, and you hit him square in the mouth, and you watch as his left canine goes flying out. He looks at you with this, like, you can almost see the radiant hellfire burning in the back of his eyes, and all you hear is, "You're dead." Just in the back of your mind over and over again for the next 6 seconds. You're dead, you're dead, you're
I'm gonna hit
dead.
again.
Roll to hit again. With advantage because you're flanking.
Aw.
That's 2. That doesn't hit. That's 2 9s, unfortunately. So you
Can
go
I-
to... Go on.
I
Go on,
was going to do
Claudia.
my bonus action.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Fine.
narrate afterwards. Do your bonus action attacks first.
Flurry of blows. Yeah.
Okay. Roll your flurry of blows.
2 unarmed strikes.
That's with
Isn't that
advantage.
one? Nat 20.
Is that a nat 20? That's a 20 total, right?
Oh,
Nat.
no, it's not nat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 30-20.
So unfortunately, it's
Oh,
nat
one
1
and
and a wet 20.
Yeah.
You do manage to hit. Roll your second unarmed strike.
Can I put my... I want to put my hand of harm into it.
Okay.
Maybe
You can do that now. I was just going to get you to roll all your attacks first.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll on my attacks.
Roll to attack with advantage.
Attack. Yeah. 4.
Okay, so that's
then-
damage for your first attack. Okay.
Yeah. I thought you wanted. I was gonna do
It's alright.
it separately and then do
Both
the-
hit. Okay.
I recommend the stunning strike if you haven't already.
And then 5.
Okay, so you
So-
swing base, but unless there's anything else you want to do.
It was just about what he said about doing stunning strike. Do we want stunning strike or poison?
Okay,
I still want him dead.
It's up to you, Claudia. I need your answer now, though.
I'm gonna do poison. I'm gonna do Hands of Harm.
I mean,
And
how
then-
many key points do you have left?
I have 4 key points left.
You did do 2 unarmed strikes, so you could do Hand of Harming on one and Flurry of Blows on another if you wanted to do both, but that's 2 key points in a round.
Yes, because Flurry of Blows gives me the 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah.
And
So-
I want to do my Hand of Harm.
Okay, and the other one you want to do Stunning Strike?
No.
No Stunning Strike, okay. So roll your Hand of Harm damage as well. 9 total. And another d6 for Hand of Harm.
And
18, 27.
I can administer a condition.
What condition are you trying to administer?
Poison.
Poisoned, let me check. He is not immune to being poisoned. So you watch as you swing baseball bat style with the first hit. You then flip the quarterstaff around and try and do the same thing again, but it swings wide. You stow the quarterstaff again away. You swack him in the face with the first one, and you watch as the necrotic energy bursts from your hand, inflicts into his body, and then you see some of the veins on his muscle begin to turn black, and then this dark green color. He is now poisoned. That is a total.
But I will stare at him uncomfortably.
Is there no save on the poison?
I'll check now. I don't think so, but I haven't worked with Way of Mercy monks for a while, so I'll make contact for you now. But we'll move on with combat first. So you watch as all of this energy inflicts into the body of this creature, and that ends your turn.
Yes.
It's looking really rough. It's going to make a wisdom check to see if it uses its change shape ability or if it just stays in its form because it thinks it's more beautiful. On a natural 1, it makes the stupid move to stay in its own form and is instead going to make 2 attacks against Khan. For the first attack, that is a 12 to hit, misses.
No.
And the second is another 12 to hit. So you watch it, the diva just, all you hear is die, and it's just, you can see the images flashing in your brain of this broken tooth, and you hear die, ugly, die, and it swings wide like a moth swinging in for the kill, and with your nimbleness, you manage to dodge out of the way both times.
The fun part is, with the poison, you have disadvantage on the attack rolls anyway.
He would. That was where I was just checking. Hand of Harm. You can administer cures with a touch, and use Hand of Healing, and use Hand of... You poison condition until the end of your next turn. There's no save. So that actually would have just been its first attack, so I will roll a second attack with disadvantage. Which ironically is higher. Let me just check its bonus real quick. I believe it's +8 to hit. Yeah. So that is a 15. On its second attack because it had disadvantage.
Beats it, I believe.
What's your AC, Claudia?
15.
So it does hit on its second attack, unfortunately. Because it had disadvantage, those 2 rolls would have counted as its first. So you take 31 points of damage. That's 5 bludgeoning, and the rest is radiant. As the mace smacks you square in the side, and the minute it makes contact, the voices in your head get loud. Ugly, horrible, kill, ugly. This diva seems so calm and intelligent, and celestial creatures, charismatic, have this kind of nature with people, but all you're hearing are these primal kind of rage thoughts in your head. This thing is looking near death, by the way. Next up is Akron.
Eldritch Blast. I've just got to.
Roll to hit twice.
Right. Roll.
Get him.
2d20. So I got
That
16, which goes to 21, and then a 9.
The 21 hits. Roll damage.
Uh,
So that's a D10 plus your charisma plus a D6.
let's roll 1d6. So that's 7, 9, 13 damage.
How do you want to do this, Akram? Describe the kill.
Ooh.
You watch as the first Eldritch Blast goes wide, it bounces off the mole as it like swings the blast away, even. The second one, you aim up the shot, you feel the energy in your palm, you know if it hits, it's going to be enough. What do you do?
Okay, well, I'm gonna look around. Are there any grapes near me, by the way?
Grapes.
Yeah.
You know what? Roll a D100, and on an 80 to 100, there'll be a couple of grapes on the floor that may have dropped out.
There's no grapes. 11. There's no grapes.
On the ground. It would have been a funny thing to do, but unfortunately.
Okay, I'll go for the Eldritch Blast. It's just a straight beam, straight through. Penetrates his skull. Because that's
Okay.
the thing that pissed me off the most, his face. So it goes straight through his skull. And am I allowed to walk over?
You go to fire this blast, and you're used to your Eldritch Blasts being these balls of flame, like this greyish green flame, like flickers of different colours. You fire it this time, and all that energy concentrates into this like photon beam style attack. You raise your palm out, and vroom, this straight line directly from where you are to the diva of necrotic and kind of necrotic and force damage just bursts through. Oh, I was trying to do it like this. And it collapses to the ground. You hear this scream of mental anguish, and you hear, "I'm perfect. How can I be defeated? I am perfect. How can I be defeated? I'm perfect. How can I be silenced?" The diva collapses to the floor. You may be beaten, you may have been hurt, but the diva has been defeated. Well done, guys. I'll give you a brief moment to do anything you want to do here before we'll wrap up the arena encounter.
I just want to
Yank as many feathers out of his body as possible.
I just want to stand and loom over the top of his body and stare.
Okay, so you loom over this collapsed diva, and you begin plucking feathers out. Anyone who's plucking feathers, I'd like you to make animal handling check for me here.
I
To
got
see-
I'm good.
Just
To see
plucking.
kind of how well preserved these feathers are going. That's a 7, unfortunately for Tim. Anyone else?
I would like to roll.
Or animal handling.
One of my rats is just sat on his head, by the way. Just like.
Right. As you begin plucking feathers, 2 clerics come rushing out with this sort of stretcher. The minute you see one of them holding this diamond in their hand, they begin to kind of squeeze the diamond, and this bluish kind of holy light begins to room. And you see this prismatic kind of display on the roof of the cave as the light filters through the diamond before it gets crushed into this dust. The dust then begins to flow through the air, flow directly into the wound that Akron administered. And the wound itself heals, and you hear as breath fills the lungs of the diva again. The receptionist comes out and begins applauding rapidly. The audience, who've been dead silent this whole time, just enamored by the atrocities this fight has occurred, all begin to roar. The receptionist walks over to you, Tim, and goes, "Well done. The diva has been quite a thorn in our side for a very long time. You may stay as the champion if you like. We can earn you lots of money, or you can go on your way and we can champion. We do only allow one of you to stay, though. Maybe
We
you,
have
the big
business.
lady. Well then," and he pulls out a very large sack of coins. 2,245 gold, as was agreed.
Thank you. Don't happen to have any magic ink or big shiny stones hidden around
Oh,
here anywhere.
oh yes, of course. I just have them in my pockets at all times. No, I don't
can
have any,
ask.
unfortunately. Yes, you can, and I can be sarcastic and respond.
True. Just don't let them get an ego like that one did. It's not fun.
Listen, he'd won like 120 times. You'd have an ego if you won 100.
Well, the rats might.
Yes, we'll call you about the rats.
Yeah.
You take your money, you head off. So, feathers-wise, you've got 3 feathers that you're pretty sure will do the job. You've got 4 that have battered nibs, and for those of you who rolled the animal handling, you've got feathers that you think are very decent feathers, but there are bits missing from the actual kind of plume of the feather. There's just bits of feather that didn't make it from being plucked off, but they could probably do.
Okay.
As you guys decide upon your next point of interest in collecting your items for the wizard, I think now, after combat, is a good time to take a break.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Okey-doke. And we'll see you guys after the break.
For the university's own tabletop society in aid of Game to Grow. My name is Sam Kirk, and I'm the chairperson of the society, your Tuesday DM, and the composer of most of the music and some sound effects you shall hear during this stream. Friday is the only exception. Before the event begins, we must first personally thank the people that made this event possible. I will start with the Society's committee, who have put so much effort into creating this stream. Most notably, thank you to Beth, our secretary. She has single-handedly contacted every person involved, sorted the players to the DMs, and kept us all in constant contact with each other. Without her, we would be in shambles. Thank you, Beth. Second, we have our very own self-appointed promotional manager, John, your Wednesday DM. He has contacted over 25 different social media profiles and increased the reach of this live stream immensely. Over half of our current donations come from promoters John personally reached out to. Thank you, John. For the stream itself, we have 2 people to thank. Firstly, our own in-house professional streamer Sugarcrit, who helped redesign the whole stream layout and taught us all how to run a stream in less than 3 weeks. Plus, she made the new posters and overlay. She is an amazing person, and we couldn't have done it without her. Secondly, we have to thank Dennis, who has volunteered to host every one of our games and put aside his time to run the stream, and you'll get to see him play on Tuesday. Thank you, Dennis. And I'm sorry you're going to have to sit through this video so many times. A big thank you to our DMs running this stream, who have each created unique and fantastical stories that they and their players are going to guide you through over this week. And to Charlie especially, our first and finale DM, who helped tie every story together and create the arc you're about to watch. And also to the players who have put aside their time to join us and make these games so wonderful. Thank you to you. And a final thank you to those behind the screen, to you, our viewers. This is all worth it for you and your support for us and Game to Grow. Game to Grow is an amazing non-profit organisation dedicated to the use of games of all kinds for therapeutic, educational and community growth. Their therapeutic social skills group help youth and adults alike become more confident, creative and socially capable through customised, collaborative gaming experiences. So ends our many thanks. They are all well deserved. We hope you enjoy our first ever charity live stream, Dungeon a Day. Do I tap?
Hello, and we are back, I believe. So, adventurers, you have collected, hopefully, one of the items you need for your quest. You've got 2 more to collect and ample time to collect them. You have the common market and the noble market left to visit. Where would you like to go first, and what item would you be looking for?
Try common market. Then if we can't get it for cheap, we go pay genuine actual money for it.
Or we could
Sounds
just go
like
pay
fun.
genuine actual money first.
But we could get the cheap thing. and
Keep more
have
money
a-
for ourselves.
Yeah. Keep money for
Between
ourselves.
us, we have over
And if there's a
3,000
side
gold.
effect-
It shouldn't be an issue.
However, we have the mindset of students, which means you don't spend money if you can really help it. You can have 3 grand in the bank, you don't spend it.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you need to say it.
So, are we going common market or noble market first, guys?
Common
go
market.
common
Common,
market.
then noble.
Okay, what item are you going to start looking for first? The ritual ink or the focusing crystal?
Ink will probably be easier, right?
Yeah, let's do the ink. Why not?
Yeah.
We at least know where to look
Right.
for it.
I would like everybody to I would like 2 people to make investigation checks or 1 person to make it with advantage.
Well, I have +6 to investigation.
Go ahead.
Go
then.
for it.
Watch it nat ones.
2 nat
That'd be
ones.
quite funny.
Would be very funny.
No.
Oh
23.
damn!
23. So, common market first. You ask around the common market, and no more than 10-15 minutes after you start asking, you get someone who goes, "Oh, yes, I know a place you can get ink. You're looking for like spell scroll and like ritual ink, right?
Ritual link, yes.
Yeah.
There's Balthazar's down the road. If you follow that road there," and he begins to point, "and then take 2 lefts, you'll find a large kind of stall that's got like a blue tent and then a smaller kind of table. That's Balthazar's. He's pretty new, but he's reliable for a common market seller."
Sounds genuine to me.
So you head down the market. I would like everyone to make the set check, please.
I'm really loving the music.
Oh, I
It's
did it
really
with a
good.
accent.
Whoa.
Oh shit, Cam.
Oh, God,
Cam,
that's right.
okay. So leading Cam, you're looking around and you know this town pretty well, so you're not even really paying attention to where you're walking. You're just kind of keeping an eye out, and
Yeah.
you swear you notice, like, you notice this person wearing grey leathers, and you don't think anything of it. Then you turn a left, and you notice them again. Then you turn a left, and you notice them a 3rd time in a separate location. This is just as you're reaching Balthazar. You have a feeling you're being followed.
Okay. Does anyone else notice that?
We do have a 23 with. Oh, and that was with the investigation.
That was
Unfortunately.
investigation. I rolled a 17 for perception.
Yes, actually, no. It was DC 20. Unfortunately, that was my bad reading it. So you were the only person who noticed this.
We're at Balthazar's, aren't we?
You are indeed.
So, is it just walk in, or is there a door?
It's a tent, and if you're not, are you going to do anything about noticing the person? You're going to leave it till later. Either is fine. I just need to.
I'm going to wait until we're grouped at the shop bit first.
Okay.
I would love
So
to watch you barge down the tent door.
As you reach the tent, you see this royal blue fabric tent. In it, human male, probably mid-30s, who filing down quills. You then see another human who looks much younger, probably late teens at the most. And she seems to be scrawling in some sort of journal or diary. As you approach the male, puts his thing down and goes, "Well, howdy, I'm Balthazar. How may I help you today?"
We need ink.
Oh, well, we can supply you with vast arrays of different ink. Are you looking for calligraphy ink, regular ink, ritual ink, spellscriber ink, or are you looking for colored ink?
Ritual.
ink.
Ritual ink. Okay, well, we have two different types of ritual ink today. We have, and he goes out and pulls back this small leather satchel, and he pulls it back, and you see probably ink vials about that big with big cork stoppers. We have your regular run-of-the-mill ritual ink. This will satisfy most rituals. And then what we have is called condensed ritual ink. Now, this ritual ink was actually harvested from the organs of a crushed down, grinded up, and liquefied beholder. So this will really pack some oomph into any ritual that you'll be casting. It has been known to amplify the effects of a spell. Now, if the caster is unequipped or ill-qualified to cast a spell at casting, these amplifications can prove perilous. One example is a caster used this to create a spell scroll to scale gate. He accidentally created a permanent portal to the elemental plane of lightning and was attacked by lightning monsters. I'm pretty sure he's alive. We did need to check in and did not. This is our regular ink. This will cost you 1,500 gold, and this is our more powerful ink. Because it's dangerous, I do offer this at a cheaper price of 1,000 gold. It's very hard to get, so that is a bargain.
I don't know how I feel about the special ink.
Pardon? I heard two people say things at once. We'll start with Beth.
How do we know it works? Like, it's not for us. As you can probably tell, it's not for us. How do we know it
for
works?
a small donation, I could write a spell here and perform it and show you that it works as spell ink. However, that would decrease the overall amount of ink you get, but the price would not be able to change. It would be a demonstration, not a usage. If that would satisfy your needs.
Do you feel qualified to use the stronger stuff?
I'm a very, very powerful illusionist. I could absolutely use any of these. I can manipulate reality as I see fit to create any illusion that I need to in the moment.
I'd like to see you demonstrate them, please.
You'd like to pick a spell, any spell, wizard spell. Spell a wizard would know. Gotta think of one.
What's something good for your likings? Just so we know you're not every run-of-the-mill illusionist as it is.
Right. How about I show you something that I myself am proficient in? An illusion spell, if you will. He begins to scroll on the paper. He takes a feather that seems very similar to the feathers that you have in its golden color and its pristine nature, and dips it in the ink and begins carving onto a spell scroll. This spell is a common spell known by a proficient illusionist known as Major Image. And you watch he begins to wave his hand about, pulls out a bit of fleece, and stands it to the side of the scroll. The scroll burns up in this blue arcane fire. You hear him mutter some words in a language you don't understand, in arcane language. And suddenly this image of this dragon just flying around his head. The dragon breathes this bright white fire, and you hear it. You hear the of a fire. You then smell this sulfurous burning smoke. I would like, actually, using those perception checks earlier, Akron.
Yeah.
You would notice that while most of this magic is coming from the illusionist, the younger woman who is sat there seems to be flicking kind of hand signals towards the illusion. And you notice every time she does, the wing drops and falls out of pattern, and this beautiful kind of illustration the wizard is trying to conjure keeps getting knocked off course by this young girl who just keeps messing with the illusion.
Okay.
But the illusion is strong and powerful and works as arcane ink. I would actually like one of you, actually do all of you, make Arcana checks for me.
$19.
19.
Two 19s. Yeah. You analyze the way he's moving and the way the spell is working, and you can deduce that this is most likely him using a spell scroll to cast Major Image.
Okay.
Seems like workable ink. You did notice there was this small arc of blue lightning, like blue static almost, as he flicked the final sigil off the spell scroll. There was just this, but it works.
Okay.
Seems legit.
Fair enough. We've seen a demonstration now, but how do we know you're a legitimate trader? You know,
I know you're
I don't
legitimate
want to be,
buyers.
I don't want to be scammed out of this. You know, if I was you, I'd be expecting, if you're a big businessman, to be in the noble market across the way.
Well, I'm only a new business, sir. I would like to move to the noble market as soon as I can. However, for those of you who don't know the in-depth trade of the economics of Ludum City, the noble market is what's known as a restricted market, which means they're very mean and don't like me and won't let me sell there.
So
They're all rich.
I understand.
Apparently, I'm too poor to sell in the noble market, even though I make as much money as them. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Fair enough then.
It's called classism, my friend.
You're a trader of arts, magic, whatever. Now,
I'm a trader of many things.
She do, and I'll signal towards the woman.
This little miscreant is my daughter. She is here with me because she can't be trusted to be left alone to her own devices, and is sat here minding her own business because if she doesn't, she will set things on fire. Believe me, I've had to put out 4 fires in the past month.
That's not that many, to be fair.
It is? No, I feel like a fire a week is a lot. Okay? I'm not a firefighter. This isn't my job. He watches the girl picks up and goes, amateur. What's your AC?
15.
That is a 12 to hit. You watch as she kind of flicks her finger, and as she flicks, the middle finger stays up for a bit too long for the arcane ritual, but a small fireball fires at you, and it hits the corner of your kind of like belt, and a fire begins to pick up, and you manage to catch it. It doesn't do any damage to you, but it does nearly set you alight.
I said amateur.
You watch as she kind of like... She seems very frustrated by the fact it didn't work.
Fair enough.
If I may steer us back on the correct path, we'll buy the more powerful ink.
I don't feel like it's wise
guys.
to take that risk.
I believe we should wait a second. I think our cameras are gone.
Oh no. Technical difficulties. Please hold.
Can we still be heard? Oh, I think we're back.
Not quite.
Okay.
Someone hum elevator music.
For those who can hear us while we're waiting, there was a question earlier about maps, about where I got my maps from. So the arena map was given to I was allowed to use from printable RPGs. I asked for their permission; they said we can use it for this. And the other maps you'll see the one of the arena and the one of the summoning ritual area that we saw earlier, and a map you'll see later in the session from Dice Grammarium. I've been a patron of a while, and I asked them, and they gave us permission to use them for this stream. And it was asked earlier in the chat. Are we fine now?
So,
we're all back, I think.
We're all back. Brilliant. Sorry for the
difficulties,
interlude,
guys.
folks. The internet is weird, okay? We do thoroughly apologize. So, you were saying about buying the crystal. Please do.
Oh, yeah. Ink. Was it ink? Yeah,
I was
ink
saying, we shouldn't buy the more expensive ink.
So buy the explosive cheaper ink. I agree.
Thinking.
Don't take the risk. We want the safe thing.
He said it would only, for lack of a better term, malfunction in the hands of an inexperienced spellcaster. I think our client is...
When I say inexperienced, I do intend the idea that the inexperienced it will fail on. The idea is if the spell is incredibly powerful and the person who is casting the spell doesn't have the power to control it, then the spell may go awry. So
it's for the dude on the hill.
I feel like we shouldn't be taking risks when it's...
Wait, you mean the wizard?
Yeah.
Like the old dude? Oh my god, does he have like 4 ears and like 4 eyes? And like he's really tall and like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Oh my god, I knew it. Like, I was talking to this dude, Henry, down the pub, and he said he saw him and that he had 4 eyes. And I was like, well, of course he's got to be a monster. It's the only reason he wouldn't, come out of his shell or his hide. Does he have, like, a cool dungeon where he keeps all of his experiments and stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
That's what
It's your worst nightmares.
Oh, that's so cool. How about this? If you give me a drawing, I will give you this ink. Make a charisma check with advantage before I give you a price, actually.
All of us? Or...
Which one?
One of you may take this.
Not me.
I've got a very high charisma.
I have
Okay.
not.
Akron, if you'd like to make a charisma check with advantage, a 21. I'll give you this condensed ink. Now, it's not explosive. Please do not refer to my products as explosive. That is slander. For 800 gold. That's a 200
gunpowder.
Well, then, yeah, you can call it explosive. If it's not meant to be explosive and you call it explosive, it really hurts my business model.
No, we're not saying explosive in a bad way. We're saying explosive in a good way. You know,
Cool.
I want to be shocked when I use an item and it's working miraculously. I don't want it to just fail on the floor.
So 800 gold?
750.
What was that?
750.
One more time.
750.
Sorry, could you repeat with a reasonable offer? I gave you a 200 gold discount and you asked for 50 more. Could you repeat with
Okay,
something reasonable?
751.
I can do this all day.
While they're doing this, I want to be frantically scribbling like a really, as best I can, a drawing of the wizard with like 4 eyes, big ears.
Make
and
a performance check for me.
Cool.
Oh boy.
So 800. We agreed on 800, right? I believe.
775.
I'm sorry, I heard 800. 800 gold.
775, and the next time you get rats, I'll clear them out for you.
Make a charisma check.
Oh god, I've got negative charisma.
And you're trying to bargain.
Yeah, it's
Really
just more
lovely to look at
joking
this,
bargaining than anything. Oof.
That's a 7. How about this? 800, and the next time I have rats, I'll pay you to clean them.
Here's my business card.
Oh wow, you weren't joking. Okay. Yeah, no, rats
a
are a
guy's
big
got to get
problem
business where he can get business, and looking
Excellent.
around here, I can see how rats would be a problem.
Yeah, no, especially when guards drop food on the floor, which is a lot.
Exactly.
You'd think being poor, they'd eat their food kind of carefully, but no, they just...
Guards
Kind of
are only semi-poor. They're not poor enough to care, but they're poor enough not to get places.
Okay, we're getting into an in-depth discussion of classism here when I really just want 800 gold. And he holds his hand out.
I got a 17 on my drawing.
He takes the drawing, he's like, whoa.
I'll just hold it up.
This is so cool! And he begins casting an illusion spell, and he takes your drawing, and he creates this, like, 3D model of this 2-eared, 4-eyed elf with these glowing red eyes. It's like,
That is
this what he looked like?
exactly what he looks like.
Oh, I am awesome! This is going to be so cool when I go for drinks later. I'm going to tell them we met the wizard. I'm going to get drinks bought for me. You're going to get drinks bought for you. Everyone loves the... Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here is your ink. Do you need a quill?
No.
We're okay.
Okie dokie. If that'll be all today, I wish you a pleasant evening, and please visit Balthazar as soon as you need arcane ink again.
Do you have a
Do you
big
have
gem?
A focusing crystal rock.
A focusing crystal.
Shiny rock.
As in like a ritual... What color?
Big.
Blue. So for reference, for those paying attention, the crystal needed to be blue.
We
Blue.
should have written this down at the beginning. Like, that would have been the good thing to do.
I've got something
Keeping
written
notes.
down.
Who
Take
does that?
notes. Absolutely not.
The only
I
thing
didn't
I've got
think it
written
was
down is
blue.
that I
I
died in
have-
the first encounter.
I have a yellow focusing crystal, unfortunately.
We need. Are you
It has to be blue
colorblind?
specifically.
I am not colorblind, but if I was, would I know?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what being colorblind is. I'm assuming you can't see color or something. It's kind of in the name. If you're looking for crystals, and he's going to make an intelligence check with advantage because he knows the noble market. That's a natural 20 for a total of 24.
Yes.
I would say you would have to go to Horace Matthias. He's a big dude. He's also a dick. Like, just the worst kind of human being, you know? Like, I once went up to a store because I wanted to try and get business in his area because it's the magic area of the noble market. And he looked me up and down, said that he buys dinner more expensive than my shoes, and that I should get out of his sight before he throws a chicken leg at me. It was a good chicken leg.
Me.
It was a really good chicken leg. Admittedly. It did hurt getting hit in the head with it. That's in the noble market, and it's the third stall that has the golden tent at the top. You know, the one that looks like it's made out of gold, but it's not. It's just people trying to be flashy and like they all have it. It's like the third.
Can I make a perception check for anything else in this tent that could be of use? Or
yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Do we want to take off 200 gold each if it's 800?
10.
With
That
the
does
10?
raise up a good point. Who's keeping track of the however much gold we got?
Tim was given the gold for reference.
It's all sat in my inventory.
There you go. I'm happy with it.
In that case, I'll take it all off mine then.
Okay. So you make your way towards the noble market. I would like one person or 2 people to make investigation checks with disadvantage, or 1 person to make a straight investigation check.
Shall I?
The nobles are prudent and do not like speaking to people, so it's hard to get advice on where to go. Right, if you'd like to make a straight investigation check. 23. You find a noble, and the noble seems to have this just frustrated look on their face. Looks at you and goes, "Oh my God, have you heard about Lord Vesuvius? He has the gall to go to the bar and tell everyone that we coupled the other week, that we had tea together, and that afterwards we did unsavory things. That man is vile. I haven't do such a thing, spreading rumors and accusations about me. What a man, am I right?" Looks at you, gesturing for you to...
Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible man. I
Bad
wouldn't
man.
trust a word that comes out of his mouth. You know.
You understand.
Yeah, I mean, tell me exactly what he said about it. You know, where
He said that last week I went for tea with him, and then I stayed overnight at his estate. Now, he didn't say anything more than that, but when you assume it's what say so, it's very presumptuous. Well, actually, last week I was visiting my auntie, who was very, very ill, to give us some very expensive medicine because I'm very rich and can afford those expensive medicines.
Do I believe the...
Make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, I have good insight. Yeah.
That's
But I did not roll good.
That's DC 13 insight check for anyone who wants to.
That's an 11.
She's telling the truth, and how dare that dude lie about her? I'll allow 1 more attempt. So, Tim, if you want to take it. You watch her when she says, "I'm visiting my aunt. Buy her medicine because she's very sick." It doesn't seem unplausible, but also it seems like absolute horse crap. Like, it seems like something someone would make up.
Yeah.
"Hey, where were you last night?" "I was visiting my sick aunt." And you get the impression that she was lying. Maybe not that she was with the Lord Vesuvius, but that she was definitely lying.
Yeah.
Do we know this Lord Vesuvius? Because we know the town.
I would say make a history check.
10.
The name rings a bell. Like, you've heard the dude's name before. It's like when you know an actor, but you can't think of where you know them from. You know this dude, but you can't think of it. Like, if you saw his face, you'd probably know who it is, but you can't think of their name.
Okay.
Anyway, what did you want again?
We were just wondering where we could get directions to shop, maybe.
Oh, well, I'm very smart, so I can definitely give you direction. Which shop are you looking for?
I can't remember the name of it. Gem shop, was it? Was it a magical shop?
Oh, you're looking for the gem dealer?
That's the one.
Osmosius. Yes. Straight down there, you'll see a guard who's wearing like a grey leather with like brown leather pants. Grey and brown, like. Ugh. When you see him, it's the next golden tent over. I can't believe he's still got that golden tent motif. That's
Golden
so
tent.
last spring.
God,
You know,
golden
it's
tents
blue
are still-
gemstones now. What?
Golden
Some
tents
people just have.
they never went out of business. You know, they're all
I'm
remains.
Listen, I'm so surprised.
Right. Okay.
Anyway,
I'm down for following the directions if everyone else is.
Bye
Yeah.
now.
you follow the directions and you find a tent with a golden kind of cap, and it does look almost like a tent that has gold for a roof. Now you know that's incredibly heavy and not possible, but it does convey the image, and it's very well done, and you are moderately impressed. Sitting inside the tent is this small brown box, two smaller glass boxes next to it on a table, and then there's two chairs. On one of the chairs is a very large, tanned, like dark-skinned tan man, bald completely, no hair in his face at all, and he is devouring something. Like he's got it hunched over and is shoveling it into his face, so you can't see what it is, but you can see he's just like consuming it at a rapid rate. Next to him seems to be this very skinny, scrawny human who seems to be no more than 15. You approach, and the boy kind of pipes up. He's like, hello. This is my uncle's shop. He's a little preoccupied. Uncle. And he picks up a little stone and throws it at Uncle's stomach. And he's like, hello. I am Osmosius, and I am the greatest gem seller you'll ever meet. Now, and he looks each one of you up and down. You don't seem like the regular noble. I'm sure that you probably think you can afford something here, so what are you looking for?
We are here on behalf of the wizard.
Oh, of course you are. Of course you are, and I have 3 heads.
Can I
Yeah,
get in his face?
Quite literally are.
Like, just slowly, creepily.
Make
It
a
is.
persuasion check, Tim, and yes, you can, Khan.
Thank you.
I know that you poor folk are quite dumb, but I hope you understand to keep your distance.
We require materials.
Okay. Do I have to speak like this for you to understand me?
You can.
I just hold up the
please.
money bag. We have money.
Yeah, that looks like how much my lunch would cost. What are you
Do
looking
you have
for?
the crystal or not?
What? I have a lot of crystals. I deal in crystals. You're gonna have to be. Do you want like an expansion crystal, a focusing crystal? Do you want a red one, a blue one? Do you want a green one? Do you want a celestial crystal?
A blue focusing crystal, and I'll get in close, like almost touching with my mask. A
Has anyone
blue.
ever told you that you smell of medicine? Like, not good medicine, but like the cheap medicine that normal doctors sell. Like, not the rich doctors, but the normal doctors sell.
Can I quickly check for guards outside of the tent or anywhere near?
Make a perception check.
Oh dear.
Oh my God.
Dear.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
No guards.
No
Not you,
guards.
No guards.
Okay. Is he sat down at the moment?
He is sat down, yes.
Is there another
so
chair next to him or opposite him?
there's
Or...
2 chairs. One has the boy in it, one has the thing in it. As the Osmosius in it.
Okay, I'll go up to the little boy and I'll just stare him down and signal him just to move.
This is my chair. I don't understand. I've been like standing all day. I've been doing all of Uncle's purchases. I don't want to sit down. I haven't even had my lunch yet.
Well, I need to sit down, and you're currently sat in a chair that I need.
Make an intimidation check.
Right, this can't go wrong. Okay.
15. As you're doing it, the boy's like, okay, please don't throw a chicken wing at me. I've already had 2 thrown at me today, and I didn't even get to eat them. He stands up and lets you sit down.
I'm terribly sorry. Now please start off.
He
Right, so...
stands up and stands in the middle of you.
to the guide. So, yes, we're looking for a blue focusing crystal. Nothing too pricey, nothing too cheap. You know, we want the good quality, that good stuff. Nothing too little, nothing too much. Do you have those?
We have 2 blue focusing crystals, not that I think you could afford them. And he goes into the glass case and he reaches into it, and you see his hand, and you see there's nothing in the glass case. And then he pulls out a blue focusing crystal, like it apparates into his hand. We have this one, which is a run-of-the-mill focusing crystal. We have this one. This is... No, you wanted blue. He pulls out a red one with the back. And this is blue one. It looks more light blue, but it's still blue. This is a storm giant's focusing crystal. So it was found in the stomach of a storm giant. We're pretty sure he just ate a dude who had the focusing crystal, but it's been imbued with storm giant properties. Any spells that deal with lightning magic, thunder magic, or anything to do with storms, really, this will focus and harness them even better. This is a regular focusing crystal. It focuses magic. This one, and he picks the storm giant one. This one will cost you roughly 3,000 gold. This one will cost you 2,000 gold.
2,000
How is
gold.
that within your measly little price, mate?
It is, yes.
We need a powwow. 1 second.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, peasant. I'll be here for the next... And he looks up at the sun. Hour before I go for lunch, so you've got an hour to try and scrape the money together.
Okay.
With our winnings,
Yeah.
I've got 1,400.
Okay. I don't really want to spend any gold that we don't have to spend on this.
260 gold.
I believe the rest of us have 260. That's 780. We have 2,180.
We do
We have enough cash to buy it.
Do you think that if I stare at him long enough, he will reduce the price
I do
to
not.
get us to go away?
Let me take a
He's
different approach with this.
I think you will get punched in the face very hard.
By the guards.
And him.
That would be
What guards? There are no guards. I'll just gesture
We're poor. They'll have seen us.
That reminds me, actually, we were being followed back in the other town, but I didn't
You
think
were.
it was much to deal with, so it's nothing really to...
Make-
you know.
Make a perception check with advantage, Akron.
How long has somebody been following us? Why did you
While,
decide to
apparently.
wait until now to tell us?
Nothing much, you know. I've not...
13. They're
Yeah.
gone. They're gone. You can't see them anymore.
Good. It's nothing to do with, you know. I've not had to go and deal with anyone. No one's come up to us in the meantime, you know. Balthazar, he was
Troubling
right.
to hear that we have been followed at all.
No, it was just over there. They're not over here, though. I've not seen anyone around there yet. And
Can
I'm
I
pretty sure...
can I look for people who might be following us?
Perception check.
Yeah. 9.
That's a 9 on the perception. You are not being followed. No one's even paying attention to you. You're like the stealthiest non-stealthers ever.
If I may
We should have
bring us
brought a
back on
rogue.
the right path. We have enough money for the normal
I say, we don't need to spend $2,000. Why would we spend $2,000? That's a lot of money. We don't want to spend that much money, do we? No, we can spend that on seeded grapes that have no skin. You know, we can live the high life. Hey, let's just take it calm. I'll go talk to him. He's like my best mate from school. You know, we spent loads of time together. I'll just go quickly sit down with him. You lot just stay here, take a chill pill, and it'll all be fine. I'll be back in 30 seconds, and I'll
You
have
want
it.
company?
No,
I can come with you.
No, I need no company.
I am also very persuasive.
You're very persuasive in your own manner, and I really appreciate that. But I just don't need you right now.
We could go annoy the rich people outside.
Yeah,
We can make this man's business go away by just standing outside or summon my rats. We will just be there, in the way, giving off odor.
You lot go outside. Don't make a scene or
I
everything.
have a
Just
great idea. for
Go
your
play with a
rat.
hoop and a stick or something. I'll have a nice time
Yes.
with this guy in here. So
I
I'll
can't
then
get
walk
by the
off
stone.
and go and sit down to talk to the guy again.
You're sitting in my nephew's seat. You know, if you want to sit there, it's going to cost you 10 gold.
That's 10 gold. That's nothing. I know.
Oh.
Why would you make me pay 10 gold to have your company? You know, I'd be blessed to have your company any day.
Yes, probably you would. But a man that's got to make money. 10 gold, please.
10 gold. You know, just to sit down, I think that's a little bit much. So I'll stand back up, but I'll just knock the chair over.
Excuse me, that chair's probably more expensive than your shoes.
That was my bad. I'm so sorry. But these shoes, you know, they came at a good cost. I spent a lot on these shoes. These are suede. Very nice.
What do you
suede.
want? What do you want?
I just want you. Wait, give me a second. Let me look. What is it called? Okay. I just want you to be nice to us. You know, I want to make you as a friend. I want to know you forever and ever. I never want to leave your side. You know, you're a really good guy to be with, and I'll like poke him in the chest and everything. I'll be like, I love your presence already.
Please don't touch me. You're very poor. You might get poor on me. I don't know how that works. I feel like it's a thing that spreads, right? You touch me and then I become poor.
Oh, you do crack me up, but no one's poor here. You know, I may have the clothes about it, but it's an attitude, it's a demeanor. You think the wizard over there? No, he's just joking about having a good old merry time in himself. But he's God knows 1,000 years old, and he's got 4 eyes, 47 horns. You
Make
know.
a persuasion check.
Okay, I should go. Persuasion. For fuck's sake. Okay, yeah.
He's going to make an insight check. That's also a 7. He doesn't have a bonus to insight. So roll again.
Oh god. Oh no.
It was a 7v7.
Oh,
Another 7.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I wish I'd rolled
God.
the 7. Of course you work for the wizard,
The
boy.
rolls.
You work for the wizard and I work for the gods. And, you know, the gods are going to come down and we're going to have tea. And then I'm going to pay the gods to ride me, like, for me to ride around on one of their little backs. And I'm going to be like a god rider, because that's a normal thing that happens, like you working for the wizard. Poor people don't get to work for the cool one, like the wizard.
No, we're not working for the wizard. Why would I, a noble person, work for any wizard? This is at the point I put my hand on his shoulder. Can I use the friends cantrip
You
on
can
him?
cast friends. Okay.
This is ending very, very poorly.
So, for reference, friends, you get
Very,
advantage.
very well.
So I get advantage
on-
on any charisma rolls.
Targeting this person.
Right,
You got a
so
minute.
I've got friends on it. So I'm like, look, we're good mates, aren't we? You know, me and you,
I mean,
I've already
for a
gone
while.
with you. Yeah,
All right, you
yeah.
seem like you could have a lot of money, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Look at these clothes I wear. I wear these as a disguise. Why would I want to go elsewhere just looking like this? I want to
Very good.
Yes,
And then
yes,
the
yes,
poor people don't know that you're rich and don't try and steal your rich people.
Exactly. You're on my wavelength now.
Oh.
We're busies. I feel like we're busies.
Now I understand it. Make a charisma check.
Would
Make a
you,
charisma check with advantage.
just by chance, you know how good friends we are, would you be able to loan me? I just need to borrow a crystal just for, 4 hours at most, and then I'll bring it straight back to you.
Yeah.
I know it's
Now
risky.
you are a noble. How about this? If you give me 1,000. Actually, make a charisma check.
Charisma.
Stealing rich person bodies.
18. Okay. You know what? If you give me 1,000 gold, this is like a layover, because I'll let you into a little secret. That crystal's not worth 3,000 gold. It's like worth like 800. But we like to bump the prices up because everyone feels rich. Then, you know, if I give you like 3,000 gold now, and then you feel rich, you know. So if you give me like 1,000, and then I'll give you that 1,000 back when you give me the crystal back.
I see where you're coming from. I like what you're thinking. But there's one issue. You're thinking about big storm giants. I want this big storm giants one. That's too much. I just want that'll get you loads of money. You can be richer than ever with that. I just want this puny little crystal here. It's not worth much to you. You don't need that. What's that? 2,000 gold? God, you make that in your spare time. You don't need that.
Take a big one. You just got to give me the money, and then you can have it back. You know.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't need it for the
Well,
money.
you're gonna have to give me something because we're friends. You wouldn't want to leave me in the dust. I couldn't give you it because if the poor people figure out that you're rich, they might steal your rich person body, and then I don't get my crystal back.
No,
because that's how it works. Put a poor person inside of you, and you become poor. Okay, that's how it works. Trust me, I'm very smart. So if you just give me the 1,000 gold, you can give it back to me. I don't mind. You're my friend.
You know what? I'll lend you the 1,000 gold for now, and then we'll be perfectly on our way, aren't we? So can I quickly rush back, get the gold as quickly as possible, so it's in my hand?
I'm going to roll a little 300 here to see if you can do it in time, because this is a very, very quick encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come back, the crystal's now wrapped up in like some paper, and he puts it in the bag. He's like, "Listen, I've done this so the poor people can't tell it's expensive. Steal it like poor people do." And gives you the money. Has it go, please?
Yeah. So can I wait? Let me see what I've got quickly. Okay, I haven't got it. Yeah. So I'll just give him the 1,000 gold quickly. And then I will swiftly make a move.
Okay. As you watch Akron walk in, 50 seconds later, swiftly power walk away, do you follow?
Yes.
I will just start charging down the street.
Yes,
straight
60 feet down the road. Maybe 70 feet. Before you went, Gods! I've been robbed. One of the poor people used their poor people magic. Gods!
At this point, I hear that. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And you three followed me, didn't you?
Yeah.
So there's...
Wait, hang on.
So a touched creature becomes invisible.
Level. You can cast
anything on the turn. Yeah, so one additional creature for each level above second. It's a 4th level spell, so that means 3 of us become invisible.
I'm little.
So I am going to make me and Claudia and Harry, I'm going to make us all invisible.
Before you get a chance to do that, let me just bring you up on the map real quick when it actually lets me click items. Because this is going to be a set of contested ability checks.
Okay.
Oh, God.
The way this is going to work is you guys are going to be here, and Roll20 is having a bit of a moment here and is not letting me hit the tokens. So for reference, this is what the battle map looks like. There we go, it's working now. You are going to tell me what you're doing, and the guards are going to try and contest it. So 3 of you are being rendered invisible.
Yes.
Okay, so what 3? We've got Freya, Aquan, correct?
Yes.
Everyone except me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so they are rendered invisible. Tim, what are you doing?
So is the guy with the cool black hoodie the one we've just stolen off?
He's not there. That was for a different encounter that you sideswiped by stealing the crystal. So you would be here. The guards are coming. You'd actually be more around here. The guards are coming around the corner. Your friends have been turned invisible. You're also going to have to make stealth checks, all the invisible ones, but you get advantage.
Okay.
Tim, what are you doing?
Are there any drain pipe on the house next to me?
This house, make a perception check, and we'll switch the music over to something a little tense.
22.
22. Okay.
22.
So the guards are going to make perception checks. We have a 22 off Tim, could the 3 invisible escapees make stealth checks with advantage?
Stealth checks. Uh-oh.
Oh my
Eight.
god.
Rhea and Khan?
Mine's a straight roll because I've got heavy armor.
Okay, so that's
Sorry.
a 4 off Rhea.
What is
If you can make a stealth check with advantage.
Yes. 21.
21, noted. Let me just read the invisible. All invisible creatures, an invisible creature is impossible to see with the either magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or any tracks that leaves. Attack rolls against creature of disadvantage. Okay, I'm also going to say that if you're staying still, the guards will have disadvantage on finding you, and then it'll be regular rolls for finding Tim. So the lowest roll they've got to beat is a 4 to find one of you. The first guard rolls a 9. The second guard rolls a 4. And the third guard rolls an 8. They all rolled awful, but they do manage to find Rhea, but not purposefully. One of the guard runs body first and slams into Rhea, and they're like, oh, what the? And they start frantically feeling around to try and find you. Rhea, I'm going to give you a chance to make a straight stealth check as they try and find you again. You will be leaving tracks here, so they won't have disadvantage, but you still have a chance to get away. The 3 of you are still hidden. The guards have not found you. That's 1 success on your part.
Nat 20 for 19.
Nat 20 for a total of 19. That's an 11. That's an 18. And that's a 2. You managed to scramble off your free
guy ran into me.
The guy who got into you rolls on the floor and is convinced that you're still on the floor and is just patting the floor, picking up as much dust as possible, trying to find you. The other 2 run round the corner thinking that you've ran off. Round this way. How long does it, and for reference, let me just check how long invisibility lasts. Invisibility lasts an hour. Okay. So when it decides that it actually wants to let me move tokens.
If they're running, wouldn't they see me?
You were trying to climb up the drain pipe, right?
Yeah.
So you would be on the drain pipe, and they are just too belligerent to notice where you are.
Nice.
With the assistance of your rats kind of helping you climb, you've managed to nimbly worm your way to the top of this drain pipe, and are just kind of peeking over the roof. So you're noticeable if the person is looking for you. However, they're not. So that is... Oop, ignore that. That is 1 success on the terms of the party. So the guards are going to start looking for you again. The guards are going to start kicking up dust to try and find invisible target. So they are going to roll stealth checks. Once again, if everyone could roll a stealth check with advantage. This is a group effort. Oh my god, I got 3. Oh no, I got 2 8s.
2 9s.
17. That fuck.
12.
Oh, 11.
Okay, so with the guards managing to catch Khan and one of the guards catching Brea, this counts as a failure. So rather than being able to see you, they kick up dust and they see your general shape and they go, "Oi, he's over here!" And they start running frantically back towards where you guys are. So that's 1 success and 1 failure. The guards are starting to look for you. Tim, you're still hidden on the roof for now, but you're peeking over to try and be observant, and one of the guards looks up towards you and you have to roll out of the way last minute. Okay, if anyone wants to do anything that isn't hiding, you can tell me now and I'll give you the corresponding ability check.
I'm going to start running away.
Okay.
Not in my location.
Okay, you're all running away as far as you can.
Am I able to cast a spell whilst invisible?
It would depends on the spell. If it's not concentration, then yes. If it is concentration, invisibility will drop. It will also give away your location temporarily. Anyway.
Okay, I won't do that then. I was thinking whether to cast Crown of Madness on one of them or not.
That would be a distraction. That
Are they grouped at the moment then?
Two of the guards are over by this building over here.
Yeah.
And then one of them is over here, still trying to find Freya on the floor.
Whereabouts am I? I've completely forgot.
So you guys had kind of grouped up over here.
We're huddled in that corner.
Yes. You'd huddled in that corner and remained invisible. While Tim, who I will move now because I haven't, is up on this drain pipe over here. So you're about... You're about 40 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I've got something I could do.
Go on.
I'm gonna cast. I can do this once per day because of tiefling stuff. I'm gonna cast darkness on the guards that are grouped up on each other. It's 60 feet of range.
Okay. The entire area, 60 feet.
No, it's 60 feet away from me. It's a 15-foot.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
15-foot range. Okay. These guards are obscured by darkness. You watch. None of you even see this. Actually, let me read invisibility real quick. I believe casting a spell. Casting a spell does break invisibility if you take an action.
All right.
But they are entrenched in darkness and cannot
Get out
see
in the
you.
darkness. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do that as I'm running away.
I cast Warding Wind.
Warding wind.
So they can't see and they can't hear. And they're in difficult terrain.
I'm gonna say I want everyone who's now running away. So, Tim, are you still stealthing?
I'm hiding. I'm gonna try and scramble more up.
Okay, so you're on the rooftop now.
Yeah.
You're scrambling further onto the rooftop.
Yes.
So you're moving up here.
Yeah, to kind of on the other side of the peak. So
Okay.
I'm there.
I would like the three who are running away to make athletics checks for me, please.
Hey.
And Tim, if you could make a stealth check.
Nice.
That's a 15. Okay.
That's too close.
Nat 20.
8.
Nat 20. Okay.
18 for athletics.
So, Cam, you're still invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So the guard is going to make a perception check to see if it can see anybody. It can't. So the two who cast spells, while the guard notices you, he's too busy looking for your perpetrators, and you run off into the distance. You're out of this encounter. That's a success for this round. All that's left now is for somehow to get Tim out of there, and actually just Tim with those rolls.
Just 10.
Yeah.
Tim,
Tim,
tiny
you're
Tim.
still stealth. The guard is now going to take his turn again, unless there's something you want to do, Tim.
Are there any drain pipes on the far side?
Like, do you mean
That you
Here?
can like no, you can't see it on the map because it's
the
On-
further end of the map? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going off map, Beth. Thanks. Yeah, there is a drain pipe down the side that you could probably climb down.
I'm gonna try and shimmy down.
Make one final stealth check for me, just to see if the guard hears you on its way.
Watch this nat one. 7.
7. The guard's got to beat a 7, so that's an 18, unfortunately.
Yeah,
God.
I've been heard, I've been seen, I'm just gonna leg it.
So let me just move the guard up here. The guard is going to spend all of his movement trying to chase you. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He still has to go round the house, so you do manage to get to the bottom and he can't see you yet.
Nice. I'm gonna leg it.
Make an athletics check. Now guards
I'm
do have
trying it.
advantage.
Is it advantage?
No, you just make a straight athletics check.
Cool.
The guard is also going to make an athletics
Nice.
check. 2. Suddenly, the feeling that you have to protect all of your rats gives you this massive adrenaline boost, and you run off as far as you can. And the guard starts to catch up, and you watch him get sluggish, and you watch him fall further behind and further behind. and you manage to evade the guard.
Yay.
You have all succeeded in evading the guards after literally just stealing an item, but convincing him to sell you for a lower price than he wanted to.
Yeah.
I would say Tim and one member of the other group make investigation checks to try and find each other,
Oh god.
as
here
you
we
are
go.
now separated.
All right.
Split the party. Non-nat 20.
Nat 1. Well,
Nat
I've already
1.
made hers, so
So a nat 20 versus a nat 1.
Non-nat
30,
20.
20
Oh,
versus
non-nat
Nat
20, sorry. So a non-natural 20 versus a natural 1. How do I want to put this? I'm going to roll a d2. Actually, no, I'll roll a d4. And that's how many hours of searching it's going to take. Because you ran off in completely separate directions. And are now trying to stealthily find each other. Rather than making you roll stealth, I'm going to say, if you take the time and hide yourselves from the guards, you can take it. However, it will take you some time. 1d4. Oh, it didn't want me to roll that dice. I'll just use this. It's going to take you 3 hours. So, Tim, you're alone wandering the streets for 3 hours. And your rats have got you to keep company. Eventually, you wander to a similar area to where you originated, where you started to run away from the guards. But the guards are gone. They seem to have left, whether that's to try and find you, or because they've stopped caring because they couldn't find you. You don't know. What you do realize is you are familiar with where you are, and make a perception check.
Times. Nah.
What is it?
9.
9. You're looking around and you're spending so much time looking for your allies, which you'll find soon enough, that you don't realize there's a person walking up to you. Walking up to you, you see a hooded figure wearing this grey tunic and brown leather pants, hood over their face so their face is enshrouded. They pull out a dagger, look you in the eyes, and as their face locks, like faces towards you, their face is covered in shadow. You know that shouldn't be possible from where the lightning is. It must be magical. All you see are these 2 glowing red rings where you assume eyes should be.
Oh
A
dear.
dagger is pulled out and placed towards you. I saw you in that big coin satchel and steal that crystal from the merchant. Now, this can happen 2 ways. You can either give me the coin pouch, or I can stab you and take the coin pouch after. Now, I really don't want to stab you because, like, you were a dick to the noble, and like that makes me happy. But a girl's got to eat, you know?
Well, better option. How about I take this coin pouch and we go to the bakery down the road and I get you a loaf of bread. We'll get you some bits and bobs, and rather than you taking all my money and stabbing me, we buy you some stuff.
Well, the thing is, if you buy me some stuff, I've got enough to eat for today. If I take that coin pouch, I have enough to eat for the year.
No, because we spent all that money. We didn't get that.
Yeah,
jewel
no,
for free.
I know how much money you have in your coin pouch. The arena cost was roughly 2,435 gold, and you were charged 1,000 gold for your, which leaves roughly 1,345 gold in that coin pouch. Estimating a couple gold for the people I have to feed a day, that'll feed me for a while.
And you are incorrect because you obviously haven't stalked us well enough.
Oh. Well, I didn't account for the gold you already had on you, obviously, because I wouldn't need to account for that. I just waited by the arena, watched until somebody won, and then followed them around.
And you're still incorrect because you obviously haven't stalked us well enough, because we have
And
made
how is
additional
that?
purchases between the arena and being here that have taken up almost all of my gold.
Oh, so how much gold do you have left?
Like 5.
Like 5 gold.
For some reason, I'm the moneybags of the group. I really don't understand it.
Oh, well, I'll just take the 5 gold then.
And in that case, I'm just going to go buy you some bread.
Well, I'd rather take it. And also, that crystal will fetch a heavy price. Although it's a bit
Pat me
hard.
down, love. I don't have it.
I thought you said you the money battle. I've got to find the rest of your group. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. She pulls out a small copper wire. Philip. It's not the little one that has the crystal, but she does have some money, which I'm going to take off. Right now, in fact. Please hand over your money. I really don't want to stab you. You have rats, and that's kind of a cool aesthetic, and I don't want to hurt you or the rat.
And the cool aesthetic will eat you alive if I tell them to.
I really don't think you understand what I'm talking about here. I may look like a street urchin, but I can pack a punch.
And I can whack a stick. We won the arena for a reason. Like, are you this desperate?
Yes,
Are you this desperate?
that's how robbing works.
That you are attempting to rob the dirty, filthy rat catcher.
Right, how about this? You show me your coin purse, and if I think it's empty, then I'll just be on my way and rob one of your friends.
No, just go rob then anyway.
But I want to see your coin pouch first.
No.
Oh, okay, then. And she is going to throw a dagger at you.
Okay.
She's going to roll it.
Nope.
That is a plus dex. Is a 16 to hit.
Okay, yes, that hits.
Okay, let me just look up sneak attack real quick. Okay, that's 46. So slash roll d6. Where's the d6? So d6 plus 5. That is 19 points of damage.
From a dagger.
Sneak attack. She has a feature that allows her to get sneak attack when she is not within range, when she is 1v1ing someone. It is a swashbuckler rogue feature.
Those damn rogues. Okay,
Rogue
can I
was
whack
fun.
her with my stick?
You can certainly try. Let's while this nice music is fine, if you're being stabbed, I think we should pick up the pace.
No, the
Where we
music is what's making me be petty. It's the
If you-
perfect petty
If you want to
music.
keep the petty music, for reference, this is literally just two people throwing stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does a
and that-
17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Okay. And I'm going to get my rats to eat her.
Okay, roll a d6 for your quarterstaff
Yeah.
and a d6 for your rats.
1d220. Roll. I didn't mean to roll a d20.
That's all right. Roll it again.
My brain went just swoop. And then twice in one game.
Double sixes. Oh my
Double
god,
six.
bet. Right. Okay. Minus 90. Let me read that right. No, sorry. Minus 15 points of damage. Fuck me.
Yep. I'm just duff. And my rats are just like dinner time.
She is then going to pull her dagger out of your shoulder because she launches the dagger and it lands in your shoulder and you're like, "Ow, that's a dagger. Why does that hurt that much?" And you swing with your quarterstaff, and as you swing, a rat bites her ankle. A rat bites her, and she's like, "What? A rat? Oh my god!" And then she's going to throw a dagger at you again.
God.
This is just to slug him out.
Oh
She
my
just
God.
wanted the coin purse back. But no, this is brilliant. Okay, roll to attack. So she has plus 2 to hit. That's a 12, I believe, misses.
That misses. Who needs an arena fight when you have a street brawl between the
I will
raptor and
say-
a thief?
This would be at the back end of those 3 hours searching. So I'd like either Rhea, Akron, or Khan to roll a d4 for me, and that's how many rounds it's going to take you guys to get here.
Oh dear. Watch as it's 4.
Roll
4 rounds of just stabbing each other.
D4.
Duff.
D4. 3 rounds. Okay, she is going to use her bonus action to take the dodge action.
Okay.
Roll to attack with disadvantage, Beth, as you hit her with your stick.
I might cast a spell. Oh,
Do it.
I have...
Do it.
I'm gonna do Ensnaring Strike again.
Okay, ensnaring.
So disadvantage.
Well, the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at a point. Character type must do a strength saving throw, be restrained by magical vines. A large or larger creature has advantage in saving throw. If the target succeeds, the vines shrivel away.
I hit her.
Restrained with 1d6 piercing damage. Okay, that is a 7. That'll be a 17. Yeah, 17 hits.
Yay.
No, 16 even. 16 still hits.
Okay. So 6 damage, and then
She must succeed in a strength saving throw. She
strength
has
saving throw, and I'm
no
setting the
bonus to
rats on
strength.
her.
Add another d6.
Ah, we love this. 1.
Oh, that's
Still 7
revenge
damage.
for earlier. Yeah, that's revenge for earlier. And what did you do with your quarterstaff? You did 6 points of damage with your quarterstaff.
And then she
Minus
needs to beat
6.
14 on the strength save.
That's a 17.
Succeeds.
So, unfortunately, the vines wrap around the thing. She's like, so you do rats and roots? Is that your thing? Just things beginning with R? And she is going to... Actually, she will use her reaction to halve that 6 to a 3 with Uncanny Dodge. She is then going to stab you again, as this is all it is. It's Sluggermouth. Before she stabs you, she's going to be, listen, I just want your gold. I don't want to have to do this. It's going to take me like a week to heal these wounds because I don't buy healing potions. No,
if you
no.
stop stabbing me, I'll heal them and just go on my way.
If you give me your gold, I'll stop stabbing you.
If you're still going to have to heal for a week.
That is a 9 to hit. Wait, let me check your rolls. Let me just check something real quick.
Yeah,
on
no
her stat
worries.
block. You watch as she flings the dagger, like she's flinging the dagger at point blank, like not to the point where she's actually throwing it, but she's trying to look cool while doing it.
Yeah. This music's perfect. It's amazing for this.
And she misses again. She's like, God, I can do better than this. And she pulls out a short sword instead now.
Okay.
Your turn.
We're gonna whack her with a stick. Petulant child.
It's just go to real jail. Bonk.
Yeah.
Go to real jail.
Go to real jail. Deal with it. 9. I miss.
Right. She is going to hit you one more time. This is the
Aren't they
final
meant to
round.
be here by now?
This is the final round of you hitting them.
Okay.
That's a 10 to hit. Oh my god. Actually, sorry, that'd be a 12 to hit, but still.
No.
Okay, at this point, the rest of the party begin wandering back in. So Akron, Rhea, and Khan, all you see is Tim just whacking this, 16-year-old girl with a stick, while this 16-year-old's pulled out just a short sword, and just keeps missing and hitting rats.
I'm gonna whack her
Oh
again.
my god, just give me some... Okay, do you want roll to whack her one more time? That hits, roll damage.
Oh, I won't bite her this time. She's safe from the rats.
6 points of damage, she'll halve that to 3. On her turn, she is going to bonus action disengage. And she is going to run off. Before which, she's going to throw a final dagger.
I will happily accept that damage.
That's a nat 20 for 5d6. Oh, sorry, that's 4d6 plus a d4. So 4d6.
34.
Well, I double the damage. So that's 22. Plus another 4. So 24 plus 2. That's 26 points of damage as she launches a dagger and it hits you in the shoulder. She looks and goes, yeah, I can do things.
I have lost 30, I can count, 45 points of damage from 2 daggers.
What's your max HP?
60.
Oh, no,
I have
she ran away.
D10s.
You had, yeah, no, I know. She's just running away. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know the health low. The party do catch up. You see a wounded and battered Tim just sitting there with this confused look on his face. You can chase after her if you want.
No.
We're not
I've got my gold pouch. She has to deal with her wounds. Her
Okay.
problem.
I'll go. Can I do something?
Yeah, sure you can. Con.
I'm just gonna go up to Tim and like kind of sneak up behind him a little bit and clap him on the shoulders and do some healing.
I want to
Okay,
get eaten by rats.
do your hand of healing.
Yeah. It's not gonna be very much. That's 6.
Thank
Okay.
you.
But it's mostly just to scare the crap out of him as well.
Adventurers, you've collected a Storm Giant's focusing crystal, a feather of a true angel, and some compressed arcane focusing ink. Those are the 3 items you needed. You may make your way back to the tower.
Please.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
You head back to town, licking your wounds like sore cats after a stray fight. Stray cats after a fight, even. And you make your way back to the edge of town. Once again, the Wizard Tower, confusingly... Once again, the Wizard Tower is confusingly clean. It's pristine and nice, and it's nice to look at now. It looks like a very nice tower. You go to knock on the door and wait for the wizard's response, and as you knock, the door creaks open. And the tower seems empty. You can explore as you like.
Oh, yes, I want to explore
I'm
Living
gonna
Tower.
go to the
Yes.
control room.
Okay,
I'll go
so you're
first.
exploring. You enter the tower, and the spiral staircase goes up, and it goes down. Would you like to go up or down?
Up.
Up. You
I
head
will
up.
go down.
Okay,
What
we're
was I
splitting
for
the
it?
party.
I just want to go back to the ritual room where we met the wizard. the first
Okay,
time.
we'll start with you guys going up. So, you guys go up, you pass some beautiful paintings. The paintings are different this time, weirdly enough. The same paintings don't seem to be in the same places. You notice a painting that seems really nice. It's like a family painting. Again, this one seems out of place because it's older. It seems worn, it seems used. It doesn't seem like it's as fresh as the rest of the tower seems. Wasn't magically enhanced in any way. The image shows what seems to be a Goliath in noble clothes, like very nice fitting leathers, a plume of red and gold, like as a collar, and has almost like a cockatrice's feather on this metal conquistador helmet, this tall 7 foot tall Goliath. There is then a halfling who seems to be wearing a mix between like monk's robes for like pants, but then is just completely bare chested and has this like shredded 6-pack, but is just covered in hair. Has an axe in the photo, just sitting there. This feral look on his face. There is also what seems to be a human, old in age, maybe 90 years old, carrying a morning star, armor presenting the symbols of a sun god. You then see a vaguely familiar elf, younger in years, hundreds of years younger maybe. His hair not as grey, some spots of age, but nowhere near as old as he looks now. Below the elf, kneeling down, smiling happily, there seems to be 2 small elven children. A female elf with a tight-knit brunette braid that curls from her shoulder onto her chest. There then seems to be a male elf, very similar looking to the wizard. He seems to be not even paying attention in the photo. He's reading some sort of book, and the book itself is titled Abjuration and Protection Magic, A Beginner's Guide. It's a nice family-looking portrait, or a found family-looking portrait. You continue up the stairs and you see images of great dragons. You see images of a storm giant, like about to swing its hammer on a small town. At the base of the small town, there seems to be a knight holding this shield, and the shield is radiating a magical. The next photo you see seems to be another kind of family photo, but this one doesn't have the human in it. The Goliath looks older. The halfling now has this deep, deep scar over his right eye and is blinded in that eye. The children are now standing side by side, and the wizard has his arms around both of the children. The female elf seems to have animal-like eyes, almost like a tiger's eye. The boy looks even frailer and less interested in the painting than before. He seems to be summoning some sort of ward in the photo itself, still seeming absent-minded. The human is no longer absent. You go up, again a set of stairs, another family portrait. This time, the halfling and the Goliath are not in it. The elven wizard, showing signs of age, stands there with two adult elven children. The daughter has scars on her cheek here and cheek here. The brother, now paying attention, seems to be clasping his arm around his father, has this bright white smile on his face. And you see in this custom-made belt is two books holstered almost like a sheriff's pistols. Then you see the next painting. In the next painting, a lone old wizard stands alone. You go up to where you remember the door being, and next to it there is a shelf with 6 books. You read Praxis, the Goliath Bard, the Gentle Giant, a journal. You read Theodore, Paladin of the Sun, a journal. You read Alhandra, Druid of the Great Forest, a journal. You read, sorry, I need to change page on my notes. You read Philip, Protector of the Small and Defender of the Storms, a journal. You read The Last Wizard, a journal. You also read The Traxis, The Ball of Rage, a journal. Would you like to read any of them?
Are you trying to make me cry? Because you're getting there.
Listen,
With this
you're the ones who wanted to explore. This is what you see.
I'm gonna pick up the book about the druid.
First page reads, Hello. If you're reading this means unfortunately I've passed on to the next realm. This is a recounting of the greatest moments in my life, the worst moments in my life. I don't understand why Father has made us do this, but I'm happy to do it nonetheless. It goes on to talk about Elf, who feels a disconnect from the arcane world, her father and brother, powerful wizard. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She goes to a forest one day and meets a dryad. She begins to talk with the dryad about the world, about who she wants to be. She doesn't know who she wants to be, but she wants to leave the world better than she found it. The dryad, liking these tones, takes the elven girl under her wing, teaches her how to embrace the rage of the forest, but know the tranquility of a leaf. Then, the elven girl returns to her father, tells her of her exploits, tells her father of the great forest she has learned to protect and learned to harness for herself. Her father beams with joy and pride and glee. He teaches her all that he can, gives her all that he can, and she ventures off into the world. One day she meets her brother in a town, both of whom seem to be looking for the same being. A creature of slime-like origin has been mimicking members of the town and stealing them off into the night. They found a name in ancient text for this being, known as an Ublex. Together with her brother, she will fight the Ublex and protect the people of this town. The next page is blank. Would you like to pick up another journal?
The sons, well, the brothers.
The brothers. This reads Philip, Defender of the Small and a Wizard. The first page isn't a diary entry, it's a drawing. It's a drawing of a room, but in the room there's these fine threads connecting everything. The next page. This is the world as I see it. The weave surrounds me. I am one with magic and magic is one with me. I've been blessed. When I was young, all I cared about was knowledge. All I wanted to know was the next big secret. As I got older, I realized that knowing everything doesn't make you powerful. Being all-knowing doesn't make you good. Using what you know to protect others makes you good. Then goes on to talk about a small town that was attacked by a giant, a storm giant, where Philip really made a name for himself. He pushed the limits of the weave itself to create a giant arcane aegis to protect the town from the storm giant's attacks. Then, with the help of two former adventurers, friends of his father, the Ball of Rage and the Gentle Giant, they took down the storm giant, and he earned the title Protector of the Small. Philip went on to be a voice of the poor, a voice of the outspoken. He used the knowledge he had, and he used the power he had to give the powerless a voice. He talks about sailing the seas, going to new continents to understand why people abuse power, why people become evil, and how he can prevent that. Eventually, he finds himself in a town. The town has been infested by a slime-like creature that has been mimicking members of the town and stealing them into the night. Him and his sister, who he luckily managed to see again. Before setting out on their journey to fight the creature known as an Ooblex, they set up a talk with their father through arcane means. Their father discusses with them how he is proud of them and how they are doing the great work of adventurers. The next page is blank. Would you like to pick up another book?
I need a moment.
Take a moment.
Were you trying to make us cry on live stream, Charlie? Was that
No,
the aim here?
These are just the notes I have, guys. I'm sorry.
You wrote the notes!
I didn't think it'd make people cry. You don't have to read the other books if you don't want to. There's more to explore.
I want to read the wizard book.
The wizard book? You open the wizard book, and the first couple pages, there's writing, but then the writing is wrote over with more words, and wrote over more words. And it just keeps getting scrolled out. It seems there was a journal here, and it has been wrote over 1,000,000 times. You scroll to maybe halfway through the journal before you read, I am the great wizard of Ludum Village. My name no longer important. My family all gone. I shall sit in my tower and protect the village we founded in their honor. When my time has come, I will see my children again. I wish to read the stories of my friends. That is all you need to know about me.
This shit is deep.
There are more books to read if you'd like to pick them up, or you may continue onwards.
No, we're going to read all these books.
We are going to make everybody in chat right now cry.
Yeah.
You have the Paladin, you have the Ball of Rage, and you have the Gentle Giant.
I want the Gentle Giant.
So, the Gentle Giant's handbook starts out more like a toddler's scroll. My name is, and then it's crossed out, you can't see it. My name is, and there's a whole page of him practicing his name. Hello, I have learnt to speak eloquently now, and I can talk, and I will talk. My people are seen as brash, my people are seen as loud, my people are seen as belligerent, my people are seen as a danger. That's not true. I wish to talk, not to fight. I wish to found, not to flee. I found some family. I found a small man who is very angry. I found an elf who is very smart. I found a human who is very prideful, but he protects those who he cares about. Together we have fought many beasts, from beholders to dragons, elder beasts to the ancient ones. We have fought it all. Today, I leave the mantle of adventurer. Today, I found Ludum Village in name of my father, the great Ludum. This will be a town where all are welcome. This will be a town where all are respected. This is a town where I can be gentle, not brash. And goes on to say, it seems my life as an adventurer is not over. The Ball of Rage has came to me once more. He wishes for me to go on a journey with him to fight one more beholder for old time's sake. What harm can one journey do? What harm can a trip with a friend do? I will return to this journal when the beholder is defeated, and Lundan Village has its gentle giant back. The next page is blank. What other page? You have the Ball of Rage, Paladin of the Sun left. I need someone to tell me which one.
Ball of Rage.
The Ball of Rage. The first 10 pages are all the same. I'm not doing the stupid journal. I'm not doing the stupid journal. I'm not doing the stupid journal. This journal is stupid. I'm not doing it. Here's a new one. I'm not doing this stupid journal. After 10 pages of this wrote almost like a child who's being forced to write lines, the next page is, fine, I will do a journal. I'm not good with words, so I'll be brief. I don't like many things, and many things don't like me. Here are the things I do like. I like my friends, I like fighting, and I like making sure bad people get put in their place. Today, it goes on to talk about a beholder fight with a Ball of Rage, picked up 2 daggers and dove into the beholder itself and carved its way out. It talks about the Ball of Rage. He refers to himself as the Ball of Rage, by the way, not by his first name, only by the Ball of Rage. He talks about himself in the third person. How his good friend, the gentle giant, teleported him into the belly of a dragon, in which he placed 3 immovable rods. The dragon flew away and gutted itself. Then he talks about this stupid village. I can't believe my friend doesn't want to fight anymore. He was so fun to fight with. But you know what? At least the people here aren't that bad. I don't hate them either. The tower is nice. My room is nice. It's got plenty to fight. It's got plenty to practice. It's a fun room. The little ones are getting annoying. And it talks about his relationship with the 2 children. He talks about practicing Peril roars with the elven girl. He talks about teaching her how to roar like a bear, regardless of size, so everyone knows that you're tall on the inside. He talks about practicing with the boy was very hard. He wanted to train. The boy liked books and he liked swords. But they found something. The boy likes shields and protecting things. Much like a bear's thick hide protects itself from damage. He thought that was nice. These children will do good adventurers. Will be good adventurers. Anyway, I'm getting bored of this town. Out to find an adventure, taking the bard with me. We'll write again when we defeat this beholder. Maybe I'll take some eyes and make a mantelpiece out of it. The next page is... You have one final book to read. Would you like to read it?
Let's continue this subjugation and finish it.
I said you don't have to read these books. The final book
feels
is Paladin of
wrong
the Sun.
to. It would
The sun
feel
itself-
wrong.
You have to read them all.
Yeah.
You are giving us lore. We appreciate it. We accept it. Share it.
The final one, it begins almost like a children's story. At first there was darkness. No light, no people, no land, no earth. Just a rock. Then, bursting from the sky, the sun broke forth and shone upon the land its glorious light. From the light, people crawled from the mud. They built cities, they built settlements, they built society, all under the sun's watchful gaze. When the sun disappeared, its brother the moon appeared in the sky to watch over them, over the dark nights and the vile even. I am a paladin of the sun. I reflect its rays and its goodness. I have met a wizard today who seems naive. He thinks the world is good and people will help him. I know different. I have been a ray of sun for many years. People are cruel and wish to hide in darkness. But this man stands in the light. Maybe he will stick around. The next page journals. I have met a small, angry man today. He is very annoying. But he does good work. He doesn't kill innocent people. And when he does fight, he fights well. Maybe he will stick around as well. Next, the Goliath. I met a strange Goliath today. I've met many of those tall folk. None of them as nice as he. Many tall folk like to swing clubs and speak in giant tongue that I don't understand. He tried to speak in common, although he didn't understand it at first. I will be teaching him common and how to write soon. He seems very eager. Next, depicts journeys and adventures. He talks about, they fought a lich. A lich was a being of pure darkness, pure evil. It could not be allowed to sustain itself. We brought sun to the darkness. We are doing the right thing. the next chapter of the journal. We founded a town today. We named it after the Goliath's father. He seemed adamant that it had to be that. Apparently his father was a very kind man, and he thought that would make the city very kind. This is a good city. I believe with our help, good people will live here. Intolerance shall not thrive here. And then begins to talk about, I am old. The ray of sun that I have brought to this world is dimming. Soon I will enter the celestial fields, and I will meet the gods I have served forever. I am a happy man. I know the world is in good hands. The elvish children have strong hearts, and they bring the sun with them. This is my final journey. But tonight, I enter the world of the sun. The next page isn't blank. It is the end of the book. You turn the next page, and it is the cover of the book. You've read all 6 books. Do you continue up the staircase?
Yeah, I want to find the room where the
You
ritual.
walk a couple steps upwards, and you see the gap in the wall where the doorway had appeared, but it is no longer there.
Oh. Touch the walls.
Touch the wall. You touch the wall, and it's solid, but your tap echoes. Not loudly, but it does echo. You feel like you probably get a good knock off there.
Yeah.
You knock 3 times, and like you saw before, wooden planks burst from the ground. Stone begins to grow out of the wall to form an arch, and the door creaks open. They're sitting there in a rocking chair, writing in another journal. Seems to be the wizard. Oh, you're back so soon? I'd like everyone to make perception checks for me.
What about Akron going down?
Oh yeah, I went downstairs. I'm
Oh,
not even there.
Akron, you went down. You go downstairs and you see 6 doors. You go down and it ends into a circular chamber. 6 doors. Unmarked, unnamed, 6 wooden doors. What do you pick?
Just 6 doors.
So you've got 1 north, 1 northeast, 1 northwest. So we'll go like that.
Okay, I'm gonna do it on a D6.
Okay, roll a d6.
I've got 3.
A 3, so that would be the eastern door.
Yeah.
Open it, and you see the eastern door would be the Elder Girl's room. You see a very large bed, and that's all you see in the room. However, as you look up, you see there seems to be handles and bars and ropes, almost like a climbing rig. You see a training dummy that's actually in the wall, and there's a small button next to the training dummy. This training dummy has claw marks scratched out of it. You see the first ones that are at the head seems to be very light and with not very force, and as it goes down towards the body, there are these deep, kind of almost like a dire animal, like a dire wolf or a dire bear, clawed through here.
Okay,
see
let's just go in a circle from here. I feel like I know where
Okay.
this is going.
Yeah, it's almost like you've went into the rooms of the people who used to live in this house. What did you expect? So, room 4, you enter it, and it's a very long bed, thin but long. You see there's 4 mannequins, 3 of which seem to have similar outfits of a breastplate with red and gold plumes, and a conquistador helmet that has feathers. The 4th one is left empty.
But what was that? Sorry. Say again. I got lost
So
in the rest of
There's 3 mannequins. The bed
Yeah.
is a long. It's a bed is made for a tall person.
Mhm.
There's 3 mannequins, Goliath size, that hold a breastplate that has a collar of red and gold plumes,
Yeah.
and a conquistador style helmet with red and gold feathers. 3 of these mannequins have this outfit on. The 4th mannequin is empty.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave it. I think I don't
You
want to
can-
touch. Don't want to touch anything.
Okay, you head back up, and at this point, it would have taken the rest of the group a while to read those books. So we'll say
Yeah.
at this point, Akron joins. The wizard is reading through his journal. Oh, you're back so soon, as Akron joins the party. Well done. You have the items I asked for.
Hopefully, yes.
Hand them over, please, so I expect.
Yeah. Can
hand the
I
items
make
over?
a insight check just to make sure it's actually him?
Sure. Also, everyone, make perception checks for me.
Just
Wait, do you want
15.
perception or insight, or both?
Perception checks first to look for something in the room to see if you see it, and then after on you can roll a separate insight check. Let me know
I
if
got
anyone
an
gets
8.
above a 16.
I got a
It's
21.
DC.
14.
You speak all languages, correct?
Yeah. I can read all languages.
Are you? Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
You see, pinned to one of the walls is 6 pieces of paper. On pieces of paper include things like fight a dragon, fight a beholder, find a town, found a town, be good, and all of these have been crossed out. 5 out of the 6 of them have been crossed out completely. On the 6th one, you assess these to be sort of bucket list.
Yeah.
Next one you see starts with learn a 3rd level spell, learn a 4th level, 5th level. Then it gets create your own magic item, create your own spell. And eventually you get to the last 2, which aren't crossed out. One of which you can read, one of which you understand the letters of, but you can't understand. You understand that there are letters, but it seems to be in a cipher. The one you can read is hire an adventuring party. And the one you can't read, unfortunately. You see its letters, but it's ciphered in some way. So you're understanding what you're reading, but they don't make sense in the order they are. He takes the items. The wizard takes.
What now?
Actually, you had an insight, didn't you?
Yeah, I was going to do an insight. Yeah, let me
roll that insight first.
I've rolled it twice. The first one was 15.
But the 15 seems like the wizard. He does seem very tired. That's all you get. You ask him what now?
Yeah.
Well, I've got 50 years left in me at most. I am old. I'll join, like my friend the Paladin did, I'll join my friends on the other side in 50 years. But I've done everything I want to do, and I've done everything my friends want to do. I've got nothing left. So I'm going to read my book until I see my friends again. Well, that's if the ritual goes well. And as he takes the items, you watch as a quill flies off towards the wall and crosses out hire an adventuring party. He heads towards, and I'll put the map back up so you can see it now. He heads towards the summoning circle. He places the crystal in the middle with the quill next to it. He takes the ink and pours it around the circumference of the summoning circle. Then what's left in the vial is placed on the ground. He gestures towards a table. No, none of these books will do. You, and he points to you, Tim. Do me a favor. There is a shelf of journals by my room. Can you just pick one for me? And the door opens on its own.
You can't reach yourself.
Yeah. I couldn't read myself for one.
Right, well, someone else will get it then. I need a book, and none of mine do.
I'll pick Tim up and we'll go.
What book are you picking, Tim?
The giant. Not the giant, the Goliath, the bard.
The Gentle Giant. Pick the book. You walk back into the room, you hand him the book, he goes, good story, this one. The guy who wrote it was a bit of an oaf, but he was the kindest man you'll ever meet. He opens the book to an empty page, places it in the middle, places the dipped in ink quill on the book, places the focusing crystal also on the book, steps away and says, you don't have to be here for the ritual, but if you want to, stand over there so you don't get in the way.
Can we hear your story first?
What do you mean, my story?
Everyone else has journaled. What's
You
your
read
story?
my books! You read my books!
We may have, and we got very attached and very emotionally invested. And I would like to hear your story so I can finish this emotional investment.
I am a wizard from... Actually, make a charisma check. Nine. He is going to make... He's going to roll a d20. I don't know what ability to associate this with, but this is a pity check to see if he feels bad enough for you to tell you the story. He has to roll lower than a 9.
Okay. I'll accept.
It's an 18.
Oh. Pity check fail.
Fortunately. He looks at me and says, I am an old wizard. I'm from a town in the Feywild that no longer exists. My friends are dead. My children were killed. What more do you want to know? And he begins to cast. He gestures for you to stand back.
Is there a chair I can just sit on?
There is one chair, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Okay. Sec. I can't actually. Right, it's just being a little annoying right now. We'll start with this one. The wizard begins to cast his spell. He waves his hands and speaks an arcane language. The arcane begins to echo off the stonework, and he says the same words over and over again, and they reverberate. And louder and louder. You watch the ink begins to glow. First red, then green, then blue, then back to red as it matches the same colour as the summoning. The ink begins to flow into every crack and every rune and every sigil of this before it begins to spark. The quill picks itself up and begins to write. I'd like everyone to make an intelligence or perception check to see if they can keep up with the quill as it...
Nat 20.
That's a natural 20 for a total of 26.
28.
This was a DC 25 check, guys.
Natural 1.
Kim, you read the story of Velith. My name is Velith. I grew up in Ikrin, the elvish town of the Feywild. It begins to write faster. I grew up there till I was 203 when I found a man who liked the sun. I found a gentle giant, a behemoth who liked to use words over violence. I found a very small man. He was very angry, but he was very caring. I was lucky enough to have 2 children, the pride and joy of my life. They became great adventurers in their own right. One defending an ancient forest and one defending... He owed nothing to, for no reason other than he could. They are the only reason I have kept on this long. The only reason I have kept on this long is so that they would be proud of their old man. And I am old. I want stories that I haven't seen before. I want things that I've known. And it begins to write. And it begins to write stories, children's stories. A story of a dragon coming to attack an angry town, and picture goes. And then it tells a story of a beholder who fought against another beholder to fit in a layer, because they both wanted to fit in the same layer. Then the stories get a bit more mature. Suddenly it's about spies and intrigue and about the secrets of the royal family. And then suddenly it's a non-fiction book. It's about the runes and protections of society and how to set thread weave-based magic that can permanently protect us. It begins to write fast. Begins to write faster. As it begins to write, suddenly you don't understand some of these words that feel like they're real, but it starts to draw calculations and scribbles, and the wizard is... As it begins to go further, you watch as the focusing crystals pour in, like starts to focus in magic from throughout the air. Just this red arcane energy, focus crystal, purple within itself. Then you see similar bolts of lightning from when the ink began to grow. Then the pen starts to scratch out whole pages. Then it begins to draw people. It begins to draw things you don't understand. Do you continue trying to keep up with the book, Beth?
Yeah.
Okay. You begin to read, you begin to focus, and your eyes start to hurt. You take 3 points of psychic damage. It begins to read further, and you watch as the wizard is hurriedly reading every page. Doesn't stop. The book never stops growing. And it's strange, because you see new pages, but the book doesn't seem to actually. But it's more and more pages. He's like, this is everything. You hear the wizard's voice bellow out. Every piece of knowledge. He looks at you. Story that never ends is a story that. A story that never ends gives me the answers I need. A story that never ends can help me bring them. You watch as the tower begins to shake. The book and the focusing crystal. Apparently there's a problem with my mic here. Let me try and fix that first. The focusing crystal begins to draw in bits of dust as the tower begins to shake. The dust seems to condense and turn to ink. More ink for the book. It needs. Suddenly, bolts of red and green lightning blast out. Claudia, sorry, Khan, what's your AC? That's a 12 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah, 15 is my. Or no, my AC is 15.
Okay, this bolt of red lightning arcs past you, and you duck out of the way, and it hits one of the desks. The desk explodes, but rather than it tunneling in power, you watch the wizard's eyes turn black, and ink begins to pour out of his eyes. You watch as he mutters to you again. Thank you, adventurers. Thank you so much. This information, with this book that never ends, I can find the magic to change my story. As the book flips back to the beginning, and you see a page that talks about the good wizard. The good wizard very slowly is crossed out, and written over it is the wizard with the power. You watch as he raises his hand, and the entire tower begins. Everything is slowly turning to ink around him. My friends were good people and they died. My children were great people and they were killed. There is no law of this text the good. When I change it all, when I rewrite the story, the good will live, the bad will die. Now you are good people. I'll give you this one chance to leave. And he waves his arm. The door behind you fades to ink. Nothing else around you but the stairway. Do you stay or do you go?
I go.
I
Okay.
stay.
I'm gonna stay.
I'll stay.
Stay.
So, Raya, you run off. The rest of your party seemingly. The ink the stone around you begins to. The whole room suddenly begins to shrink and shrink. Suddenly, you look around and everything is a drawing. Every line of ink. You feel like you're in an art piece. The only things that are still real are you and the book. He waved his hand. He said, I gave you a chance to do this safely. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I have. He places his hand towards. Do you stand or do you leave? He's like aiming his hand towards you.
I'm gonna dodge.
I'd rather die than live in whatever world he's making.
Okay, this hits with advantage. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Tim, you
Yes.
watch as this blast of inky energy begins to protrude out of the palm of the wizard. It envelops Tim. Tim, you feel your world go black. He aims towards you, Khan. Are you staying or are you going?
I want to try. Can I try and take the book or knock it?
Make an athletics check. He's going to make a
I'm
contested. What was that?
I'm trying. It's taking a minute.
It's all right. It's like that.
19.
That is a 19. He is going to make an. For a 22, he has plus 2. Not plus 2. He has plus 12. Anyway, that would be total. Let me just check his stats when he's ascended real quick. Plus 8. Plus 8. 27. You go to launch towards the. and you pull out a single page before you're blasted with inky energy. Well, he tries to blast you with inky energy. He's going to roll to hit. That is a +8. That's a 21 to hit, Claudia.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Your world goes black. He raises his hand towards you, Akron. Your friends are gone. Also, for reference, you saw them get enveloped in ink cocoons. They're still there. They're just surrounded by ink and pulsing arcane energy. Are you staying or are you going?
I have two things, and I don't know whether they'd come in handy right now, but I have Dispel Magic and Counterspell.
You could attempt... Counterspell is at the casting of a spell. You could attempt to Dispel Magic, but this is a very high DC. This is... If you you would have to crit to end this ritual. If you crit, your friends will be released, is what I'm saying. You can dispel that.
Can I... Is the book currently open and that's where he's...
The book is continuously writing. Like, the quill hasn't stopped moving at one point.
Can I use Mage Hand to try and close the book?
Make an Arcana check. That's a 19 you've got to beat.
Oh, fuck.
You're an 11 plus 8. 15. Unfortunately, it doesn't. This gives him a chance to try and hit you.
Well, I've got 4 HP, so this will be interesting.
Does a 12 hit?
Yeah, I've got 11 armor class.
I thought if I rolled a 4, your world goes black, Akron. Briar, you watch as these cocoons of inky mass begin following you, Briar. You have no idea what they are, and they're gaining on you with speed as you run towards the door. What would you like to do? There's just these mass of you don't know what they are. They just look like pools of black liquid that are flying towards you.
Being the only character in this party who seems to have any common sense, I keep running.
You keep running. The rest of you feel as your world begins to jolt and shift. You're pushed with an extreme force. Doof, doof, doof. You seem to hit this invisible barrier. Briar, Tim is ejected out, the ink staying behind in the tower. Then Khan is ejected out, the ink staying behind. Then Akron. You watch as the tower that you have, the tower that was behind you, you turn around, begins to shrink, and it begins to collapse. It begins to turn to ink like the rest of it. Suddenly, with this giant explosion of arcane, the tower itself collapses. It collapses to nothing. The tower is gone. You look around. You're alive. Thank God. Khan, after the rumbling eventually subsides, you take a look at the page that you have in your hand. It's drawings. Drawings of items you don't know. Seems to be a severed hand, a ring, a wand, and a book. That's all that's on the drawing. You don't know what you've just released. You don't know what power that man now has. But you completed your mission, and you've got your 30,000 gold.
Yay!
You've completed the wizard's quest. He did give you the gold. He handed you the gold when
nice
you got the items. I don't know if I cut out when I said that.
Guys, we've fucked up the world. We did it.
Yep.
In our defense, that wasn't included in the job description.
No, fucking up the world wasn't in the job description.
Yeah.
But you did get an item that amplifies and focuses storm magic, and then got a condensed magic that that has lightning properties.
Mm-hmm.
The spell was a lot more powerful than originally intended.
Bugger.
I've just seen a comment in the Twitch chat that says, "Dear God, they've unleashed J.R.R. Tolkien."
Yeah, it feels like it. It really does. Well, I'm emotionally ruined for the next week.
Yeah.
You decided to read the books. You can't blame me for the books.
You
I
wrote the
wasn't
book.
expecting saying that.
You didn't have to write the books to be sad, Charlie.
Listen, you read a dude's personal diary.
No, we read the personal diaries of all his friends and family.
And his. His was just scribbled out.
Well then,
Well,
what an opening
This
night.
was fun.
that was
Yeah.
awesome, Charlie. That was so good.
Thank you to the
That was
people who
a lot.
donated during
Yeah,
the
thank you
stream
so
as
much to people who
well.
donated. We got some big donations. I know there was a problem with a dude being not very nice. I don't know much about it. I was too busy DMing, but thank you for those who stuck it out and watched the whole stream.
We're here every night. Well, we're
Yeah.
not.
We're not.
Same
Other
time
people
every
are.
night. Yeah, we won't be here. I'll be here on Wednesday and Saturday as a player and as a DM.
I will not be
So that's
here
it.
anymore.
No.
I'll be in chat, maybe.
You guys will be emotionally ruined in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But thank you, everybody, for watching and
Thank
putting
you.
up with this.
Total amount raised currently. I can check now
Is-
unless I...
1215, thanks to a 50 donation and a 5 donation.
Awesome.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Is that one
Owner
all
by the end-
tonight or overall?
So
No, that's
overall is
overall.
1215, but tonight, just in our stream, we've had
Long live the great.
65 donations. $65.
65. Oh, I thought you said 65 like donations. I was about to...
Sorry, $65 in donations.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
$65 in donations is awesome. Ah!
Don't forget to open the raffle.
It's so fun.
Enter the raffle.
Yeah, join the raffle. A $50 Hero Forge voucher and like $30 worth of books donated by How to Be a Great GM, who was here at one point. Ah!
Ah.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
We're done.
Are we still live?